right, we should be good.
Yes, we are. We're good.
What's up, Luke? What's good? I'll let you guys pile in. Mega, how you doing? Just waiting for Big Cloud. I was just with him. I don't know what happened to him. He was setting up something in his room.
Were you guys gaming? I saw you were playing Last of Us Part 1.
Yeah, I've been trying to get. I've been pushing through because my PS5 was shutting off. You know what I mean?
Did that get fixed or no?
Well, some guy links me a video like, Blaze, just disconnect all the screws and take everything down to the radiator. And I said, dude, I'm not doing that. I said, I'll spray it with my, I'll clean it, but I'm not going to take everything apart. I'm not doing all that. But so I ended up like vacuuming it, spraying it out, and it actually ended up, it actually ended up working. It hasn't shut off since. So,
okay, well, that's good.
Hopefully we're good.
I saw somebody online telling you that it was probably something to do with the dust or something in there. They said they had a problem with it. Apparently, it sounds like it worked.
Dude, I'm not a dirty person, so when I opened up that fucking side panel,
what did you see?
There was dust, dude. And I spray my PC out and I spray my PS5. Like I'll go up and down like I couldn't believe it.
But that's not even about dirty or not dirty. These things are taking in air. They're just taking all that in, Blaze. You know what I mean? Like there's dust that's just in the air. We're breathing that shit in.
No, you're right.
I mean, it is what it is. Shout out to look at this great chat you got, man. I love a great chat. Look at these guys. Dre here, D Watts here. Great to see him. Red Hood. By the way, Blaze, I might have actually met him through you, but shout out to Red Hood, man.
Oh yeah.
What an unbelievable dude in the community. Muck 45. Solid. These guys are great.
Look at Moots is so good at doing this shit. Go ahead, Moots. Take over the show, brother. Do what you got to do.
Oh, well, it's funny. That's what I was going to say to you. I was just about to interview on the whole Last of Us Part 1, but I know that's one of our topics. So I'm not here to steal any thunder, but listen, it's an honor to be a part of this show, first of all. Second of all, I want to tell you something. Honestly, Blaze, I enjoy being the guest on a show.
Do you really?
It's nice to sit back and get asked the question instead of always trying to have to keep the momentum going, you know what I mean, and doing all that. So I was just on a show last night, and I'm on tonight, and I said, you know what, man, this is great. I enjoy so much the podcast. We were talking about it before the show too, Blaze. We were saying, maybe we thought one day NBC, would pick up the phone and be like, we got to get these guys got to be signed, right? So when it comes down to it, it's a passion, man. We talk about this as well. Sports radio. I love sports radio. I love morning radio. So
me too.
You could ask me to do a podcast whenever you want. I'm in because I really truly love it. This is this generation's version of radio. Not that radio's dead. I don't want to go that far.
No, but you're right.
But this is radio for us. It is what it is.
Hey, let me give Moots his flowers. I always tell him this shit, but the guy is a humble dude. First of all, if you come off humble to me, that goes a long way for me. Someone that's, listen, sometimes this YouTube shit gets to our head. It's happened to us in the past. It happens to everybody. You know what I mean? You stop
100%
feeling yourself. You know what I mean? But I like humble people, right? Mood's got a great fucking show. Successful, super. Like, listen, I'm telling you, Crossfire X is a great fucking show. Great conversations, but fuck all that. I'm talking about Mooch as a person. The guy is a great guy, and he's a fucking stud when it comes to running a podcast and knowing how to change directions, or if the crowd gets a little wild, he knows how to hush everybody down. Like that's a skill, man. Not a lot of people are good at being a host of a podcast. They're just not. But Blaze, fucking Mooch is a stud. Trust me.
I appreciate the kind words. I really do. It's one of the things I just said on last week's show. I'll say it again on this show. I put a lot of time into the show. I really do. Blaze, you've been on the show. You see it. I give a line list of at least 10 to 13 different topics, so we always have something to transition to. I do think it's very important to always, like we're doing right now. Shout out to Tool Man. Again, I don't care if it's my channel or your channel. We're all nothing without the chat. We're all nothing without the audience. These people that come, these gamers they're the heart and soul of all our channels. So you do a great job with your chat. Shout out to Persona. Persona does an amazing job when he starts his show. He goes through before he even talks, he starts thanking everybody for showing up. And I feel that's really, really important, So, no, thanks for the props to that, Blaze. But, when it comes down to it, what do we all get into this for, right? We like to game. We like to talk. I never thought it would have gotten this mainstream. I never would have thought that.
It was a hobby at first, right? Like you were just
all it was.
It still is, technically.
Absolutely. I mean, podcasting's still a hobby. Gaming has been a hobby since I was, 6, 7 years old. I mean, and I still like to this day. I get a break between work. I know this is crazy. You know, Cult of the Lamb, right? This indie game, but it's a fun game, man. I'm jamming out between that. I'm playing Destiny 2. I'm playing Last of Us Part 1.
I'm playing Destiny 2 as well. I got
back into it. Blaze.
Out of nowhere, bro.
Yeah. No, shout out to Crusader.
That DLC looks awesome, bro. That DLC looks awesome.
That's the thing. When you stop and see right now, Blaze, that Destiny 2 has I don't want to use the words 10-year plan, right? That's just an inappropriate term right now. But if they've got a long plan in line for us for this game, I said, why wouldn't I become a part? I played a lot of Destiny 1. I played Destiny 2 when it came out, then I just stopped, right? When that first power level thing was going up, I dropped out, man. It felt like a homework assignment. You know, it was like, Mooch, you got to do your dailies. You got to do your strikes. We got to, Blaze, where are you, man? Where are you? I'm too short. Where are you? You know, I mean, all of a sudden, I'm like, this is like a homework assignment. I can't do this.
Bro, Mooch, hold on, Mooch. Listen, I literally burnt relationships over Destiny. You know what I mean? Yeah. I remember falling asleep and saw the Rev was like, dude, you know, I joined the raid.
Like,
and he's like, dude, what the fuck? Where's the raid? I thought you were gonna bring me the raid. So I'm yelling at Rev the whole time, like, yo, we're gonna cheese the boss. And I have Rev sitting in the corner, hunched down. I'm like, Rev, don't move. We're gonna cheese it. We're gonna pull the Ethernet cord, and then Crota's gonna stand still. If you remember all that, but
yes,
you end up yelling and like you said, and once you play Destiny, if you don't invest time into Destiny, you're going to fall behind. And the other thing is you don't get to enjoy other games when you play Destiny. You really don't.
So there it is. That's the big takeaway. I'm glad you pointed that out because that escaped me. In all honesty, that's the real problem here, Blaze, is that it took me away from playing other games. Because let's be honest here, we were just talking about this too. And shout out to Persona. He does a great job with this. He's like, I got a wife and kids. But the thing is, when you start to get older and you do have the family, right, your time is limited. So now if I'm doing a strike, right, and then I got to do a couple of dailies, and then let's just say, God forbid, you want to do a raid on a Saturday, you know, hour and a half, 2-hour raid, like that's it, man. That could eat up a good chunk of your week. So it's like I wasn't playing any games. So I put Destiny aside. I think that the people that work at Bungie realized that their fans wanted to do more than just one. You know, they wanted to be able to get everybody in there, play the game, enjoy the game, have the hardcore continue to be in there day in and day out. But a lot of people like me and you that want to play The Last of Us, we want to play Cult of the Lamb, maybe another great indie game that comes out, right? Play these other games and not get tied down and just literally committed to one game. That was the turnoff. And I think they've turned the ship, Blaze. I think they've done it now where we can legitimately enjoy the game and still enjoy other titles with the limited amount of time we have every week.
That's strictly you want to link.
Get strict. Oh yeah, get strict going.
Yeah, no, listen, Destiny is a great, listen, I was saying this last podcast, I could not believe Microsoft was stubborn enough that they wanted Halo to continue forever. And instead of letting Bungie create what they wanted to create, which was Destiny, they let them walk away. Dude, could you imagine Destiny is an IP?
First of all, that's baffling. Second of all, if the rumors are true, because it's only a rumor, I don't think anybody has any kind of concrete facts. The bomber that's the bomber threw a chair in his office. I don't know if he threw it at workers or he threw it at the wall or what he did. He was furious when Bungie left. Furious. And I mean, I got to be honest with you, even from the Sony side, man, I would love to take a look at that Bungie PlayStation contract.
Me too.
It is the most confusing thing I've ever seen or heard in my life. All I keep hearing from people is, well, Mooch, you got to understand, okay? Here's the thing you got to understand. They bought Bungie, but at the same time, they bought Bungie, but they don't own them. They're an independent company under SIE. What does that mean? I've never heard of such a thing. What's good, Strick?
Mooch.
What is good, man? There he is, the man himself.
The man, the myth, the legend, man. My guy, what's going on, man? Good to see you.
What's good, Strick?
Man, you know I'm chilling, man. Had to chop it up with you and Blaze. You already know. Two great people. Come on.
I appreciate that, and you know I'm going to have to ask questions. Blaze, I hope you don't mind, but I'm going to have to ask him about I got to ask him about those new Sony headphones.
Oh, you got to. I did. So go ahead.
What are we talking? Mooch. They're good? All right.
They're phenomenal. So can I give my little mini review, like reason for it? Like,
I'm all ears.
Honestly, bro, number one, the sound quality is top notch.
Okay.
You know, it's definitely top notch. You like, obviously, you know, 3D audio, things of that nature, but just the quality, the crisp of the sound. And it was funny because when I first got the headphones, I hopped in the party chat and it was like, yo, what kind of mic you got? Because that just sound clear, you know, whatever. So, you know, that's obviously talking about the mic quality, but the battery life, the comfort. Like, you know how sometimes you have long gaming sessions and when you have your headset on a long time, like the edge of your ears kind of hurt.
Like,
you know?
right now? Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about right now.
Yeah,
I got that.
like
yes.
you don't have that issue with these headphones and the battery life, man. I mean, I have a habit of like charging it. You know what I'm saying? A lot.
Yes.
Like every day, it's just my OCD. But even when I forget, sometimes I kid you not, as Blaze, we be in Discord, for 3-4 hours or whatever, and it never that like for 2-3 days, and it does not die. Like the battery life is on point.
Okay, so let me ask the $1 million question. $1 million question. How about the boom mic? When you're talking through that gaming, have you heard people say that you're coming through loud and clear? Or are you hearing people say, oh, you sound a little faded, you sound a little back? You know what I mean? Like that. That's some of the things I've noticed with certain headsets that I'm using the Astro A50s.
Yeah.
And they're a nice pair. I'm not gonna bash them, but I will say the boom mic on it is good. I wouldn't say that's great. I think the greater part is what you're getting in the ears, not necessarily the boom mic.
Absolutely. And that's mostly because sometimes, with mics, we have all the settings, but you have to be like a certain, distance on the mic and things of that nature.
Yeah.
So, with the headphones, like, it's just bro, these joints are on point.
Like, hold on, Mooch.
Yes.
What headphones you got on?
These are the Astro A50s.
What happened to these? Remember the
Corsairs?
Yeah, so you don't use those.
No, I got listen. I think all of us as gamers, man, I got
Oh yeah, facts. We got them everywhere.
I like these. First of all, I like these, but they don't. The way I got my gaming set up for Twitch, these are nice. I ain't gonna lie, these are nice. But the gaming setup I got through Twitch, to answer Blaze's question, the reason I'm not using these anymore is because I no longer go through my mixer for it. Astro came out with like a junction box, and it allows you to be a pass-through between your console and your PC. So now everything I want to do, I can do wirelessly, which I got to be honest with you, being able to move, not being stuck next to my mixer with the cord. Like,
it's like the freedom, because second nature.
But you might do that, Mooch.
But you can. You're true. It's true. I could hook these. But I can't sync this to my Astros.
Right.
I need the Astros.
And
you know what I'm saying?
And I was explaining to my boy Push yesterday in the chat. A lot of people don't know with the H9s, you can. So I'll have it connected. Like, say I want to be in Discord but PlayStation at the same time. Yeah. So I'll be in a PlayStation party. I'll be in a PlayStation party chat, but you can hook it up via Bluetooth while you're using a dongle as audio as well.
See, that right there, Blaze, is why I want to make the move to picking up something like exactly what Strict has. Because just the other day, a buddy of mine who we were playing Destiny, right? He says, yo, I hope you don't mind, because Destiny, people are all over the place now. People are playing on PlayStation, PC, Xbox, it's all over, right? So they go, let's just make this work. Let's do this on Discord. And so I was like, all right, I guess I could do that. But I had to put an earbud in my ear underneath my headset because this don't, right? So this doesn't do that. So if that has that ability to do the Bluetooth, the wireless, and the Bluetooth and the Wi-Fi, then I can utilize my phone through it and use chat.
That's exactly how.
That's a big deal. That's a big deal.
It is, man, and it's like that peace of mind type thing where you don't got to do all the extra stuff, And so literally, wait,
you can hear game chat and you can hear your PlayStation. So on the Astros, though, I know you can on that for sure, but on the Astros, you can do the same. You can be on PlayStation and Discord and hear. It's all passed through one. Mooch, yeah.
Wait, I thought you were asking him. On the
Astros,
No, on the Astros, I have a junction box. That junction box goes from the console, through there, right? And then because then it allows me to use the optic, because there's no optic audio out anymore on the PS5 or the Xbox. So then I can use the optic out into the PC, and that way there I can use now any sound I want, I can hear through here. I can use my Xbox. I can use my I do have to move the cable over. Currently, I hooked up to the PS5, right? So besides that, but now anything that comes through alerts, anything through any music, YouTube, anything I want to hear, I can get through here because it's connected through my PC. So and it's wireless. So it's nice, it's clean, and it really, the setup works. If I'm not explaining it well, I'll send you guys pictures to show you what I got.
No, I got it. So what about the mic? Does it detach? It don't, right?
No, it don't. That's nothing I don't like about this. It's a flip down.
Bro, I hate it. I hate that, man.
Bro. And you don't like it. That's what I like. That's what makes these so clean, right?
Right.
Yeah.
No flip down, no nothing. You can detach it and just use the headset.
I got the air cups too, the velvet. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's the other problem. So Strix, yours look like they are they leather inside?
Yeah, like it's very, very comfortable.
Yeah, so you
Like-
got to buy the additional leather inner ear for Astros. These are still the foam ones. I do have the leather ones out there, but I'll be honest with you, the leather ones for Astro, I'm not gonna lie, they're legitimately like they get hot.
How much is that headset, Mooch?
The Astros were, what was it? It was like either 250 or 279, 289. It's like 300.
So those are the A50s.
The new A50s, because I had the original ones, the green ones that came out like 2-3 years ago, but those were not working at all with anything anymore. So I got these are, I think they're 250 now.
Damn, this is 250. I know Strix, the ones he's wearing are 250. Everything's like, yo, you want a good pair of headphones, you're gonna spend that type of money.
You got to spend that money.
These ones was like
You do.
300 at the taxes.
Were they? Yeah.
Yeah, it came up to I want to say 321.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
You
what's
know-
up, bro?
What's up?
Dude, I am so glad Bit's
The
here.
legend,
I have
bro.
so
What
much
up?
to learn from Brit. Bit, you are the best live on camera personality I've ever seen, dude. Dude,
Wow.
yo, Blaze, when you're talking
you
to
hear
him,
that, Blaze? You hear that?
Blaze, when you're talking to him, he's got this thing down that I can't get down. Blaze, you got to, or Bit, you got to do it tonight. You got to do the swivel. Like when he's thinking about something and he kind of leans back, he does one of these. You know what
I
mean?
know.
Like he does,
Yeah.
and I can see him ready to rebuttal. I'm like, oh, here it comes. Here it comes. I'm like, here he goes.
Just waiting. Like,
Yo, Bit, those, by the way, those new, what are those things called? Those things are nice. Oh, man, there we go.
not strict. Got a problem? No.
I knew that was coming.
All right, man, you know, I don't want no.
We ain't trying to argue tonight, bro. We ain't trying to argue tonight.
I'll tell you.
Background, you know how to do. I was like, hey, strict.
Hey, hey,
You already
that's-
wanted man from Rev. Rev wants to
That's
choke
just
you
for
out.
bit
Bro.
right here. That's just for bit.
I'll choke his ass out. Tell him to come out, RG.
That's a great picture, Strick.
Hey,
You were taking that in the PSN chat. I seen that shit, right?
Yeah, yo. Like their photo mode is just unbelievable.
Fire.
Bro. They have so many options, bro. Like that's why it's taking me so long to even get close to like I'm like halfway through the game, bro. Like
hey,
it's because I keep stopping to do photo mode.
Around Bliss, so I'll be right back. Right? So
Yeah, go ahead.
It's just I stay in the photo mode, man. It's like,
Dude, I know. I'm in the photo mode all day, man. All day. Like, photo mode. Think about it. The PS3 version of Last of Us, like there was no photo modes in any of those games, huh? That 360 generation, where's there?
No.
Where's there a game out there that had a photo mode for 360 or PS3? I don't think so.
bro, it's just
I don't think
incredible, bro. Like just to take the pictures, the videos, and all that stuff, man. But it's just so many options in that photo mode, man. It's just like you don't even know until you just really go dig, and you can kind of just there's so much you could do with it. I'll literally just I have like 5 different variations of one picture, like because I just stay in the photo mode, so it's taking me forever to beat this game right now. And I'm going to get the platinum. You know what I'm saying? So
Are you?
Yeah. Oh,
yeah, I'm gonna
absolutely.
get the platinum. Like I have to
Absolutely.
for that game. Like I'm the type. I mean, look, we already had this conversation with the whole trophy thing, but despite like all the extra stuff with trophies, there's certain games that what I'm saying just are special to us as gamers. So I'm gonna just get the platinum trophy for it. You feel me? So I mean, Last of Us is
Absolutely.
one of them, man. That's a phenomenal game.
That's
man.
a staple. That's one of the
Yeah.
platforms you put on the top of the shelf. You know
like
what I mean?
PlayStation. Look, when PlayStation come out with that update, they need to have like a little like a digital showcase, so you can showcase like trophies and like you can have like your top 3. Tell me that wouldn't be crazy.
Fire.
You know what I'm saying? And so I bring it up because the
Like
Last of Us
Steam.
would be one of them. Yeah, like the Last of Us would be like, and they could make mad money off of that.
No
Because
jumping
they-
taco? You gonna
because they-
showcase that?
Because absolutely, and jumping tuna and jumping hamburger. But like they can literally make a bunch of digital, showrooms. Like just have a bunch of custom ones or whatever.
Mhm.
Like people would like myself would absolutely pay money for that. Like
I want to get into these topics, but
sure.
before I do, shout out to Big Cloud, he got the Nano Leaf. Shout out to BG, he got sent from Nano Leaf.
Yes.
Nano Leaf, if you don't send me my motherfucking check ASAP, okay? That's all I'm gonna say, Nano Leaf. I want my check.
Places like I was
Period.
the pioneer of this shit.
Anyway, anybody buy the Last of Us Firefly edition? Anybody here?
I did.
I tried to. I'm still waiting.
Wait, you got it?
Yeah, I got it.
How's your copy?
Perfect. I sent the picture out on Twitter.
Moose got it
pristine.
on the original date too.
It's perfect.
Everything's perfect. I will
Would
say
it
this
come in a
much-
box or vanilla?
No, so that's the thing. So I saw the pictures. I actually have the box. It's a solid cardboard box, big, no dents, wasn't kicked down the street like Ace Ventura brought it to me. And no, the thing's in mint condition. Actually, I'll send you a picture of it right now, so you can take a look at it. Yeah.
So
no
what's
joke.
so what? Did they ship shit out from two different? Because like some people are getting it in these vanilla folders, like which they're like stuck onto that.
That's
First
crazy.
of all, Nintendo does
Not
that, goes that
acceptable.
route. Yeah, it's not acceptable. But you know, Nintendo, they like shipping shit. Their special editions are always in cardboard boxes. It's that old school look to it. And I like the look of the cardboard box. It looks cool. But if you're gonna have that type of material, you gotta they should have put bubble wrap or something around it. So
I would have been bro. I would have been sick.
Yes.
And then like and PlayStation, bro, this looks bad. You know what I'm saying? Like this is definitely
It doesn't look good. It's not a good look,
man. It's unacceptable because these are, and we're talking about The Last of Us. Like this is your, flag. Like this is one of your flagship titles.
I said, yeah, that's my copy right there. Flip it over. That's the actual one without like the portrait mode and all of that shit. That's just it. It's in great shape,
bro. It's mint.
I will say so. So two things though, Blaze. The one thing strict, I didn't get it on Friday though. I got it yesterday. That was what my tweet was. I was kind of pissed off. Now my anger is more with UPS. They botched my entire shipment. I was home Friday. They said they came to the door. When I went and talked to the manager at the warehouse here, they're like, listen, like sometimes when it's after 7:30, they say they came to your house, but they didn't come to your house. So I had to pick it up, but it was rerouted to the local UPS shop, not to my house. Not the warehouse either. So it was like lost in limbo. I didn't get it till yesterday. So I bought the digital deluxe. This is something Blaze would tell me. He'd be like, well, Mooch, I went and bought the digital deluxe edition because I'm not waiting all weekend, man. I streamed it all weekend.
What I do.
Everybody be doing that, bro. We all double dip, bro. That's a whole topic.
We
in
all
itself.
double dip, man.
There's no way in hell, like, bro, can you picture, okay, this is how I look at it, like Horizon Forbidden West. I was not trying to, like, can you imagine if everyone's planning Friday morning and you're supposed to get your collector's edition that day and it gets delayed like another 2 days?
No.
That's exactly why I double dip, because I will be hot.
Absolutely.
I would be hot.
This is the one thing I've been saying for a long time, and you guys, I think, are going to back me up on this. We live in that what have you done for me lately era. So hear me out.
Yeah.
Playing this game 2 weeks from now, don't get me wrong, still great. But right now in the community, the pictures are flying, right?
Yeah.
People are streaming. Reviews are happening. Discussions like tonight are going down.
Facts,
my point is that I'm not saying for anybody it doesn't matter 2 weeks from now, but we're not going to live in the future. We're living in the now. So you want to have that game right this second.
Mooch.
So like Blaze said, they're double dipping on everybody. They know we're going to do it. They know we're going to do it.
It's the you had to be there effect type thing.
Yes.
Like it's going to be the same with God of War, right? Yeah, like it's going to have to be the same with God of War, the same with Modern Warfare 2.
Yep.
Like when Modern Warfare 2 drops, like you're going to want to be there. In other words, you're going to be wanting to be in everything in regards to that video game at that time.
So Strick, tell me if you agree with me, Strick. Okay, this is the one thing that I put out in my tweet yesterday, and it really irks me. If you're paying extra for any collector's edition, I'm not just using The Last of Us, Firefly, any of them.
Yeah.
You're putting that extra money out of your pocket. Sony should give that should be sent to you 48 to 72 hours before launch. Now, twofold. First, you put the money up. So if somebody goes, well, why should you get it? You put the money up, first of all. Second of all, the reviewers and the streamers and the reviews are all out a week before for these big AAA games anyways. They're not day of.
Yeah.
Most of them,
not, right? So most of them.
Tension and anticipation build.
But the third thing is what happened to me. So let's say this was supposed to come to me 72 hours before launch, and then UPS had the problem they had. I still get my game on launch. I might still be upset, reasonably so. I'm expecting it 72 hours before, but at least I'm not getting it 72 hours after.
And the game is done.
Out.
You know what I mean? Like,
right.
I hate, like, listen, you know what I'm a sucker for? Is early edition games. Like, pay $80, play
Hogwarts.
3 days early.
Hogwarts.
I'm all over that, bro. I'm all over it. Listen,
Yes.
There's nothing like playing a game when it's not, you know what I mean? When it's a little bit early. And look,
100%.
The problem is with these special editions is people don't want to open these things up, right? Mooch, you're never going to open yours up. For what? You have the digital version.
Yeah,
So that'll sit there on the shelf.
I got that PlayStation seal still wrapped all the way around it. Yep.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's the problem. PlayStation understands that people are not going to open this shit up. Some people will, but a majority of people are going to leave that shit on a shelf. The value is going to jump up, and it's going to be a beautiful showpiece for years to come. And and the same thing with PC gaming. You see Spider-Man. Who didn't own Spider-Man, but strictly still bought it day one on PC? I did. I don't know who else, but like, yeah. And when PlayStation games drop, and I'm not trying to take shots at Xbox, it's a fucking event, man. Like you see, like there's screenshots all day. There's conversations. There's comparisons. Like it's a whole event. When you know what I mean. And Rev was streaming Last of Us last night. He's playing Left Behind, and I'm like, come on, Rev. Like Xbox don't make it. Like Rev's telling me, like, dude, I love this game so much. It's my favorite game of all. I love that type of passion. Like I haven't heard anybody come out on the Xbox. Even Xbox fans themselves will say, there's nothing memorable on Xbox. Like there's nothing that's gonna stick and say, ooh, like it's. Well, that's where I want Xbox to go. I want them to be memorable.
The thing about that, it's funny you bring that up though, Blaze, because that's something we used to talk about a lot back in the day, is that we used to call it the red carpet event, right? So Sony still has red carpet event. The 12:01 a.m. Eastern, that's the new digital era. It used to be we used to go pick the games up at GameStop or Best Buy, wherever. Now at 12:01 a.m. Eastern, boom, your game launches. What is everybody doing on Twitter, right? Pictures. Yo, it's time to start this. It's time to start this journey. Can't wait to get in this. It's that whole feeling that we've kind of brought back from the dead. We thought once physical was gone, we were going to lose that. It's still here. The thing with Xbox right now and what they've chosen to go with day and date and everywhere is, you know what a lot of people say? I mean, not with the big games like a Halo or something like that, or maybe like a future Starfield. Yeah. But like when you have a game like Redfall or something like that, that's maybe falling a little bit under the mainstream media's, in the cracks. People say all the time, well, it's in Game Pass, I'll get to it. Next week, I'm definitely going to get to it, man. Well, it's in Game Pass forever, so, I'm good. I'll get to it. Whereas these, when you have to actually go out and buy it, it's kind of like the reverse of the gym membership. Like if you just, you know what I mean? Like if you buy something, you go use it. So you're buying this game, you're going to play that right now. If it's something where someone gifted you something or it was just a couple dollars a month, maybe you put it off. I think that's the one thing you've lost a little bit of that red carpet. I think maybe some people in the audience may not agree. That's fine. But I think with Halo, Starfield, they still have that red carpet kind of feel. But it's different when you pay that full price. Yeah, it's different. It's
It's the light bill effect. What do I mean by that? Growing up as a kid, I'd be in the house. It'd be bright. It would be daylight, middle of winter. I had my fan on and the light on. My father, what the fuck? You pay for the bills? Because I do. And he shut off my light. Yep. And he did that for years, and I never understood. And he's like, "Oh, one day when you pay for your own fucking bill, you'll know what I'm talking about."
That's right.
Now the other day, you go downstairs, every light's on. It's like Christmas Eve at my house. Every fucking light's on and off. I'm like,
I got news for you.
You don't give a shit because you're not paying for it. That's the truth.
Blaze. I walk in my house, if the air conditioning's on, and I even smell a whiff of the window open.
Oh yeah.
Right? I'm like, do I smell fresh air? One or two choices. Either all the windows go up or the air's off.
That's it.
Right? You guys pick. Yeah. I don't care.
It can't be one or the other.
You can't do both. I see people, they're driving in their cars, the windows down, the air conditioning's on. I'm like, what's happening here? What are we doing? But it is what it is. We live in the land of options right now. Everybody wants to have a plethora of options. That's fine. Thanks. But I like the old school, man. I really do. Like you say, to go buy that game and enjoy it that first night. And I think it's actually even... I love that we've moved away kind of from the Tuesdays to the Fridays, right? Because the Fridays are nice because now we got that whole weekend. It bleeds right through the whole weekend.
A game definitely hits a lot more on Fridays, man.
Facts.
Like because you usually, you know what I'm saying, you get to stay up, it's like you said, it's the weekend, it's Saturday. So Saturday morning, you're probably gonna get up, clean wherever, because the whole vibe and everything got to be right. And then next thing you on the game. And then everyone's, again on Twitter talking about it that whole weekend. They don't have to go to work, so they're thinking the same thing. So again, man, it all kind of adds to that. You got to be there type of thing, man, because and there's plenty of games that do that. And PlayStation's games they have that it factor, man. Right. You got to give a big shout out to just Herman Host, man, because he's, he has that creative mind, and so when they're green lighting these projects, it's like, man, we're going to get some good stuff. It's like, think about this. One of the Last of Us collectibles is the superhero cards. Yes. And that's in the Last of Us 1 and 2. So it's like, can you think about what Naughty Dog can do with a superhero game based on their own storyline? So it's just again like that would be one of those you have to be there moments, and so thinking about that, you know what I'm saying? And PlayStation can possibly do something like that. Come on, like everything they do is just different. That's just the
So,
truth.
so what do you think? Strick, you bring a great question up there. I got to ask you. So, a lot of people online have kind of been running with this thing. You saw the artwork that was being posted, right?
Yeah.
They were saying that maybe was an Easter egg, saying that's possibly what Naughty Dog's next, creation is going to be. So what you just said, I do agree with. However, they've gone to such photorealism in their games. Do you think they're going to go to something fantasy? I don't know. I don't know if that's. That's a step out of character, right?
Yeah, it is a step out of character, but I think that what PlayStation does well, man, is they know when their fan base kind of gets too tired of one IP. Like Uncharted 4 was pretty much it, and you got the spin-off with Lost Legacy, but now they want something different. Like God of War. They did a whole remake for 2018 or whatever. When
Refresh.
they remade Refresh.
Yes.
And then next thing you know, we're getting God of War Ragnarok, and Cory Barlog, he already said this is the last one. So they know that we love these titles. However, we also love new things, which is why even Herman Holt said, hey, we got 25 games in development and almost half of them are new IPs. So I think they just know.
So hold on. So I think I had an argument with you about this. So God of War is not. There's no another one coming. Like they're not moving away from North and going somewhere.
So I think it's still going to be a God of War type of game. I just think it's a spinoff, so technically you can't say it's God of War, but it's set in the same universe, right? And I say that because they have so many just characters in that world, like the new characters they show with the little black girl with the braids, and there's just so many different characters and so many different routes you can go. And just think about Lost Legacy was a test. It's like, man, let's see if we could do a spinoff on one of our most famous titles, and it sold extremely well. So.
But see, I got a problem with that, Strick. I don't want to play, bro. I don't want to play Uncharted if it's not Nathan Drake. I don't want to play God of War if I'm playing as his son. That's just me. Call it something else. Just call it something different. I don't have a problem with it. Just call it something different.
I mean, that's what I think.
That's just me. I'm sure everybody else agrees with me.
I think that's what they will do, though. You know what I'm saying? I think like Uncharted Lost Legacy, right? Like you maybe didn't want to play, Lost Legacy because again, it wasn't Nathan Drake, but if it was named different or titled different, you're probably going in it mentally with a
absolutely, and that shit looks beautiful.
Yeah, and so they're probably going to do something like that. It's just going to be in the same universe, which again could bring up more lore, introduce more characters, and things of that nature. And again, just I think PlayStation has a really good eye on that type of thing.
It will be interesting to see how they take God of War, though. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, are they going to stick with that Norse mythology and go through that? Or are they gonna like make a left turn and do something else? I mean, and is Cory Barlog coming back to the? Is he coming back to work on that?
I think he needed a break, bro. You seen how much white hair he gained after that? Like he stressed the fuck out, man. That shit looks stressful as hell, man.
Yeah, being the lead of any type of project like that definitely ages you. But the thing is, though, Blaze, as much as I agree with you, they were like, hey, you need a break from God of War. Here, go do that new mission over there. That's a whole new studio, a whole new game. He's working on something else. It's not like he's not just collecting a check. This dude he's burning the midnight oil. This guy's working, so I don't.
Yeah, and it's like you get the 2-for-1 because we're getting God of War Ragnarok, but he's working on something else. Right. So it's just like. There's so many different ways they can go, you know what I'm saying? And again, I just think, PlayStation really has that eye for talent. They do really good mixing up kind of, their executives like, Jim Ryan's the whole, he's more of the business guy. He knows the, business side of it and all of that. But Herman Host is the creative side, and so they kind of they mesh really well together because they're polar opposites, but it helps, both ends of the spectrum, consumer, and the business. So
why is that though?
Yeah,
Strick, why do you think PlayStation, like I said, the new IP is the riskiest thing to do in the business. There's so many ways you can fail, but why is it that PlayStation when it comes to Xbox got this unlimited amount of money, and if they really wanted to, they can invest in a new IP and fund it, right? But like, why doesn't that end up happening? Like, where are these IPs from Xbox? Like, I understand they're coming. I understand they bought this and they bought that, but like, why can't we get something, just something like that sticks?
I mean, some people. I mean, honestly, Steve Jobs said it best. I mean, Microsoft as a whole, pretty much, you know, they got on because of IBM, bro. They bought their way to where they're at, and you know, he didn't knock it, but he's just saying that's just a fact. You know, and they never organically grew anything. They never took anything and made it better, aka cultivated. You know, and so when you got it, you got it. But when you don't, you don't. You know, and but that's a direct reflection off of the executives and you know the choices they make and who they want to bring in and lead these teams. It's not just the developer, but it's the
and you know, Strict, I'm really glad you brought that up. That was kind of a talking point. I had one of my notes here for Friday's show, but I'll talk about it here. And Strict, you said it well. You know, when people were saying to me, you got to go back in time now. Everybody has short-term memory. I was saying, you know, I was a little bit worried about Starfield releasing in November of 21, right?
Yeah.
So the problem with, this year, 22, it was 11/11/22. And I said, you know, but they're like, Mooch, you don't understand. The way Bethesda works is they announce their game, and then 6 months later it comes out, or 3 months later it comes out. Remember, that's what they did with Fallout 76.
Right.
I think they
heard
did
that same thing.
Right, over and over again. Well, this is different because what you have is a situation going on with Microsoft right now where they're letting the companies they acquire have carte blanche, right? They can do whatever they want. The problem with that is before Bethesda was busting their ass because they had to keep the lights on, pay the mortgage, pay the people, get the bonuses out, right? Like travel, marketing.
Yeah.
The thing is now, all those people that told me, Mooch, you got it wrong. Bethesda operates like this. They show the game and then they release it 3 to 6 months later.
They're ready.
Notice right now, they came out and gave us a date of 11/11/22. And now we don't even have a next date. It's unknown still into 2023. This is unlike the Bethesda. I was told that Bethesda, but the thing is now they don't. I'm curious. I'm not saying they don't. I'm not there. I'm asking the question to the chat. I'm asking the question to the panel. Now the lights are paid for, the mortgage is paid for, the bonuses are taken care of, salaries already taken care of. Now it's like, you know what? It's not done. We need a little more time. What's Microsoft going to say? They need them. Okay, take your time. So now, time, right? So Strict, I want to hear what you have to say. I really do. But my question to you is, so now they have all the time in the world because Microsoft's taking care of what they used to have to hustle for to get paid. But now I ask you, does that diminish the quality? Do we know yet? Maybe we don't know yet. But I'm asking, we know now that time is not of the essence. So is quality going to be affected moving forward?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And you could tell even in the timeline. Remember, Blaze, when we were talking about like the timing, and I mentioned, hey, you know, when they delay a game, you really have to look at the time frames. Like, and if it's, you know, if there's a specific date, you know, that's a good sign because they were comfortable with the game that they seen when they went and see it last time. Right. And if it's a window, it's like, okay, you know, we're not necessarily comfortable, but we're confident you will have it done by this time. So we'll delay it into a certain time frame. But they're just saying 2023. So what does that tell you? That it's not where it's supposed to be. You know, and look, man, yes, it's diminishing the quality. Like it's that whole Game Pass effect, you know, type thing to where they're not obligated. They just want to they're not obligated to quality, bro. They're going
to be funded regardless.
Yeah, they got, you know what I'm saying?
That's it.
They're not even in a rush. Like they're not in a rush to get the game done. They're not. So
I think Starfield will be a big game. Starfield was supposed to be a multi-plat.
I do too.
You know what I mean? That was a multi-plat, bro. We got robbed from that. Whether you think you got robbed, whether you're going to play it or not. But the fact of the matter is that was a multi-plat.
Yeah.
You know, but that acquisition changed a lot of shit. But my thing is Bethesda had something not a lot of developers can carry, and that was the benefit of the doubt. Like people were willing to look the other way for Bethesda. They, you know, there was bugs in Fallout, but it's Fallout. You can do whatever you want. You have freedom. It's awesome. It's Fallout. Things started to change real fast.
I wish we would know their numbers, man, because like how much they're really making or how much they got bought for, so they don't have to worry about it, right? You know, because it's like, dang, was it worth their turnaround? Like, was it really worth, you know, being brought on to Microsoft for? Because again, their titles are exclusive to PC and Xbox. So it's like it just makes you think, like, you know, what that number is, because then it could be like, hey, you know, we asked for this amount, but I guarantee you we would have sold this amount of copies if we had it on PlayStation as well. So it it would be very interesting to hear what those numbers are, you know, and how they had those conversations.
You guys are not playing Starfield. I'm gonna try it. I mean, now granted, if there's something out during Starfield that I'm more interested in, fine. Well, but for the most part, I'm gonna try it, dude. I'm not a hater. I'm gonna try it.
Blaze, you couldn't have given a better segue. So we already kind of saw that PlayStation was going to launch God of War against Starfield if it was 11/11/22, right?
Good luck.
Yeah.
So if you don't think they've probably got another golden bullet there where they're going to try to at least, I mean, it could be Spider-Man 2. I don't know what it could be. It depends on when Starfield, if Starfield's, February, March, no. But to answer your first question, Blaze, yes, I'm definitely going to try it out. I'm probably to believe it or not. So again, shout out to Crusader and a couple other guys that I talked to. I'm probably going to buy Starfield on Steam. And you're probably going, what? The main reason is if you listen to anybody that's in the Fallout community, they tell you that if you really want to enjoy that game, you got to enjoy the mods, right?
Yeah.
Facts.
So I'm probably going to pick it up. So yes, to answer your question though, and what does everybody say who's a Microsoft fan? Well, that's fine. Microsoft gets paid anyway. This ain't about not giving Microsoft the money. I'm just saying I would rather play it where I'm going to get the most out of that game because I'm really not a Fallout Skyrim fan. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not. So the one thing that intrigues me is to see how the community will grow that game, because I don't think from what I saw, and I know people like to go back and forth on this. For me, that was Fallout in space. Okay, so I never played a Fallout. I don't see a Fallout being played in my future. I'm going to try Starfield because, well, twofold, right? We always say this. We do the podcast thing. We do this. We talk. How can I sit here and tell you a game is good or not if I didn't actually try the damn thing out, right? So I'm going to try the damn thing out. But I want to try it where it's going to be in its best state. And I think that's going to be on PC with the modding community.
Yeah, and aesthetically too. Like, aesthetically, I'm all into those, horror sci-fi, type deals, man. So it's just I was like you, Mooch. I was never into Fallout, never played it.
No,
but the whole space again aesthetic type thing, that intrigues me. So I'm gonna be giving it a chance regardless on Steam. Not to mention that Steam has an awesome refund policy. So if I don't like it by any means, I can just get a refund at the end of the day. But yeah, so I'm definitely playing it, man. I'm gonna purchase it on Steam.
But what are you doing, Strick? You can play it on Game Pass. Why would you ever spend that's the argument. Like, we don't give a fuck, people. If we want to purchase a game and we're interested and we're gonna buy it, listen, it's not a big deal for us. Like you said, we can always refund it, say it was that bad where you felt that way. But the whole Game Pass argument is retarded.
Well, we just said that we all bought. Well, I wouldn't say all you. I don't know if you both did the same thing I did. I double dipped on The Last of Us, right? And I'm going to sound like you guys. When The Last of Us Part 1 comes out, I'm going to play that on my Steam Deck too.
I'm literally going to play it on my PC.
Me too.
So, I mean, call it what it is. I mean, everyone's telling, they're like, I can't believe you're spending 70. I don't even want to say the number I'm spending on that game. That's crazy. But but it's one of my favorite games of all time. Facts. Why would I not want to play it? So it's not about, we've been doing this since the beginning of time. This whole don't buy a game thing. That's still kind of going over my head a bit here. I've been buying games. I had a paper route when I was a kid. It's buying video games with that money. You know what I mean?
We are well over the suggested price.
This is true.
We've been buying
this is true.
digital editions. I mean,
yes.
you see, we're double dipping on things. So we're that. Yeah. Like you said, there's not even a point of saying a number because we probably in the 300 somewhere. So it's just but again,
absolutely,
man, some of these games are just special. Like The Last of Us is special. When they had The Last of Us Part 2 director stuff, guess what? I am getting that as well. So it's
let me ask you guys a question. When do you think the transition between digital games being discounted? Because right now you got a all digital PS5, all digital Xbox. Okay. You got options for both things. You want to buy a disc, but when are we going to get that discount? Because now if we're buying it digital, we're not worried about the production cost. We're not worried about them having a box and an art and all the shit. So when are we going to see that improvement? Because digital games should be cheaper when you really think about it. They should be.
Yeah, Strict. Unless you want to go first,
you got.
I'll be honest with you. I guess my take. What's up, Bit? My take on that is I don't think it's gonna Blaze, and I don't have a mathematical reason why. All I can tell you is give you real life examples. Okay, me and Blaze were talking about this back in the day. You guys know this from Crossfire. I got family in the restaurant business. It was probably sometime around, and I might be wrong, 2008, 2009. I'm not joking with you guys. A bag of flour in your local pizza shop, went up almost double double in price.
Don't tell me we're talking about last.
You guys remember back in the day though when you used to be able to get a slice and a soda for like $1.50 or something like that, going back to the early 2000s. Once that bag of flour went up, just hear me out. This does come back to video games. I'm also starving to death. But listen to me. I got to be honest. Once the slice and a soda went from $1.50 to $2.50, $2.75, $3. My question to Blaze, if I wanted to turn around and go, Blaze, where's my $1.50 slice and a Coke again? I can't get it. Because once people are okay putting it out there, Blaze is right. Digital transfer is definitely cheaper. No doubt about it. We can prove it on paper.
Yeah.
But once they've already seen that the public is paying this and we're already at this level, I don't know if we're going back. Now, the one thing I will say, Blaze, this will make you feel better. And we all know this. Look at the PSN sales. The summer sales. Yeah. The digital sales are happening, pardon me, more often. And they are unbelievable. I mean, some of these games are getting
They rival Steam. They rival Steam. They're better than Steam.
They're doing their best. I'll say sometimes they beat them. Sometimes they rival them. Sometimes, Steam beats them out. But so there's my answer for Blaze. I don't think you're going to see a $70 because we're going to go all digital maybe next generation, drop back down to 60 or 55. I don't think so. But I can tell you this. You may still buy a game day one. That's why when people say, Mooch, I can't believe you're buying that. I go, then don't buy it. Wait for a sale. The sales are now 2-3 months away, and these $70 games are dropping to $45, $50.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you can get these games cheaper, and then if you waited 6 months to a year, they're $30. I mean, it's crazy. So that's my answer for you, Blaze. I'm interested to hear what Strict and Bick got to say. But I think that's the way that you're going to see digital take advantage is sales maybe 2-3 months after the fact.
Yeah, it's definitely not ever going to happen. I mean, they're seeing we are paying more than the standard edition price. So, it's like, they're literally like, we're paying more like than what we're supposed to be paying. So no, there is the digital sales. No, that's not going down. Like you mentioned, there's discounts all the time, like 3-4 months after the game releases anyway. So
unless you're on Nintendo.
Thanks. But yeah, man, I just don't, again, I pay well over, I'm one of those customers. Like, I don't even know the last time I paid really like a total 70 for a game, bro. Like, I literally do not, so it's.
No, you just paid it recently.
We're not going, exactly. we're not going back. That's not happening. They're not going to take, and plus they're not going to take a loss on their profit. Like, hey, we're going to go ahead and drop the price digitally, so here we're going to take a loss. No, like they're not going to do that, So yeah.
Bit, what's your thoughts? You see digital prices ever changing?
No. If anything, they'll probably go up.
That's weird, bro.
You at this rate.
True.
I wouldn't be surprised if we're paying $80 for the game. The reason why, because dudes be buying these Firefly editions. I mean, y'all see how fast Last of Us Firefly edition sold out. It was gone in what? How long was it gone?
5 minutes.
Like 5 seconds?
5 minutes. 5 minutes.
That's
ridiculous.
It was under 5 minutes. You couldn't get it anymore on the day it was announced.
Now let me throw another one at you. How fast did the Jotnar edition sell out?
I don't have the time on that. I went the God of War. Jotnar. Yeah, I went to GameStop to pick that up.
And Horizon Forbidden West also.
Horizon Forbidden West. Exactly.
That's a collect because they're doing multiple editions this year. They're doing the collectors and they're adding a little bit of et cetera for
we don't know how to say no as consumers, especially when it comes to video games. We don't know how to say no. And we love this shit too much to fucking care. Like, listen, like you said, Strictly, and I'm not to take your words, but and not to act like any of us are rich, but as a grown adult, not to go back on the 70 thing, but like if $10 is gonna change your outlook on purchasing a fucking game, especially, well, I hear people say it's my favorite game of all time. So what's the problem? You can't pull me up $10.
Exactly.
I want to say this before I forget. Hold on a bit. Let me just say this before I forget, because another metric they may be looking at is how many like statues like myself and we're buying, because we are suckers for stuff like that, nostalgia, collectibles, and all of that stuff. So they can look at someone like Sideshow and see a statue like the Ghost of Tsushima one, that's like well over what most would pay, and you have to pre-order it because it's going to sell out, and a lot of them be sold out. You're right. So it's just like they're probably looking at those metrics like, okay, if people are paying this amount for these statues and these collectibles, we can definitely afford to sell a collector's edition and an edition on top of that for $250 to $300.
Yes.
Sure. So I wouldn't be shocked if they looked at metrics like that.
Yeah, but I think you're Strictly, you're a little bit sick in the fucking head a little bit.
He
a
does
little bit, buddy.
Just look at the collectibles he's got back there, by the way.
Dude, you know, when he showed me his history list, I thought I was looking at a mortgage payment. Like, oh, those are your mortgage bills? Oh, no, that's just fucking statues. Oh, okay. Like, god damn, dude. I thought I was, you always find someone that's worse than you. I love it. Like, I used to be that guy or Kofi. Like, this dude Strictly is sick in the fucking head. Trust me, completely.
Bro, that statue was literally $1,200, and I had to wait a year for that.
$1,200 for a stat. Think of what I'm telling you right now.
I'm listening to that number, man. That's
you can go buy a Toyota right now and deliver pizza and be good.
You can buy $70 games that you want to play for the next 4 years. I don't know. I mean, it's you know.
You need a different tax bracket. That's what
No, I ain't saying all of that.
See?
I'm not saying all of that. All I'm saying is, man, is people are willing to pay for what they want. Like, period.
That's true. Facts.
That is period. Like if people look at the initial PlayStation 5 launch, like by all means, I was getting me a PS5. I was going to pay whatever I need to pay for a PS5. So it's like, you know, other people thought the same. If they couldn't get one, if you really wanted a PlayStation 5, it's like, look, man,
listen,
800 here.
And you know, it always comes back down to food for me. But I love going to Hibachi, right? You go to Hibachi, right? It's like if Strictly's sitting across from me, right? And I ordered the shrimp hibachi because I'm like, oh, you know, that one's only $18. And Strict orders the surf and turf. You know what I mean? He's got the filet mignon and the lobster tail right across on the same hibachi as me, right? Am I going to yell out to him, bro, what are you doing right now?
Exactly.
Why are you spending that money? Exactly. Why are you putting out an extra 12, 15 in front of me, making me look like this? Come on, Strict.
Exactly.
Like, no nobody,
you know, so I mean, it doesn't matter what we're talking about. It could be style of clothes. It could be homes. It could be anything major to anything smaller, like you're going out to eat. People's taste and what they want. Let them enjoy what they want. Strictly gets up. He goes to work. You go to work. Buy what you want, man.
I agree exactly with that. But my only thing that I would probably say for everybody is that there should be a line that we should all cross, that we shouldn't cross down the road when it comes to this. And what I mean by this is, like, God forbid we're paying $70 again for every PS4 game that we literally just played again, and they just put director's cut on the side. You know what I mean? I don't want to just go and replay the same games. I would rather get newer titles.
I understand, but Big Cloud, what game are you currently playing, brother?
Right now? Resident Evil?
Yeah. No. What were you playing last night?
Resident Evil.
Well, the night before. Yeah. Don't dance around it. Tell us what you've been playing, dog.
I'm playing Resident Evil.
All right. Big. I'm going to let you live tonight. I'm going to let you live.
Oh, you talking about Life is Strange.
Hey, at the end of the day,
Life is Strange what? What's it called? Life is Strange Remastered, right? Is that what you're playing?
I got that for free with True Colors.
What's the point? I thought you don't want to play a game you already played.
Why would I go and play First of all, I didn't pay $70 for that.
Well,
Big Cloud, lean back and think of something, buddy. Come on, lean back.
Hold on.
Yeah, man.
Think of that. First of all,
Ben, this is your game. This is your baby. You love this game, bro.
They didn't cut content out of that, and it's not $70.
You're right. They did cut factions. All right.
Man,
whatever. We don't got to get back into it, bro.
Now you don't want to do this conversation. What's up with you?
Man.
Well, to answer Bit's question, though, Bit, you know, the market decides that. So if they go ahead and they start putting $70, I'll take it another step. Let's say now next year or the year after they want to go to $80. You're going to see people not make a purchase. They're going to say, okay, now you're milking the system. You're milking us. The market will determine that. And that's why when people said no one's going to buy The Last of Us Part 1, and then literally 2 days later, the guy who reports all the UK sales, because we don't see the ones here till the NPD, we see that The Last of Us Part 1 was #1 in England over the past weekend, right? Over the first weekend. And that's telling. It doesn't matter how you look at it. It means that the market was okay with the price. Now, forget my opinion. This is not Mooch. It's not about Bit. It's not about Blaze. It's not about Strict. The market was apparently okay with it. The four of us didn't go out and buy all those. So, you know, that's what I'm saying. So, Bit, if it ever push comes to shove, where they do what you're saying, the market will restrain that. I think. I really do. I have faith in that. People won't overpay.
I feel like people just move, like they let shit slide. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if Last of Us 2 gets a director's cut or a remake similar to Last of Us 1, and they go, hey, look, by the way, that factions that wasn't included this time around, that we're gonna have a bundle with that. Right. You know what I mean? I wouldn't be surprised if shit like that's gonna work. Or you'll have Last of Us.
You should, though, because you're probably getting a whole different experience, but that goes into a kind of different conversation. But
it's just weird.
It's I mean, plus everyone's like you said, everyone's line is different. But you know, Mooch, you know, see, he said it best. The market's gonna determine that, and the way it's looking, you know, it ain't gonna stop anytime soon. Like again, it would. This is why I would be very interested to see, you know, what those metrics are, because we don't really, you know, it's like like we see digital and all that, but we don't see like how many people bought a digital deluxe or you know, things of that nature. So just imagine what those numbers probably are, because if they're, you know, higher at this point,
and numbers are wishy-washy. You know what I mean? Certain shit's in bundle. You see, when's the last time Xbox reported true numbers? They stopped counting on the Xbox One. Remember? They stopped.
Yeah. Also, this is why like doing your announcements and showcases and all of that is very strategic. You know, because you know that they might be hype off of event. So say like they show Spider-Man 2. You know, it's like, here's gameplay, here's an exact release date, and here you could pre-order right after the event. People are definitely not only going to settle for that standard edition. It's not happening. You know, so all of that stuff plays a role, and you know, it kind of goes back to you know the be in the moment type thing. Yeah. You know, so hey man,
let me get to these super chats.
Keep going up.
BK Born Gaming, yo, BK, you the fucking homie, bro. I appreciate you. With the $10, he said, bro, when I tell you I look forward to this podcast every Wednesday, that's a huge understatement. Just met Mooch in Red Hood Raid recently. He a cool dude, man. Welcome to the SolidCast, Mooch.
Yeah. Thank you, BK. Appreciate that, man. Thank you.
People. Shout out to BK.
Shout out to Red Hood too.
Yeah, Red Hood's bro. Like BK, Red Hood. These are people that are so. Actually, see this Elgato low profile right here?
Yeah.
That's Red Hood right there. You know, what I mean? Man of his word. Shout out to Red Hood. Magnum, I think this is funny.
You know, he could have got you the premium one night.
Come on, don't do that to him, man. Right, see, I say.
There it is.
Magnum with the 5. He says, didn't Sony ship the Firefly edition to look mangled on purpose to fit the post-apocalyptic setting? That's funny as hell.
That's another thing too. That was another bag of worms by itself. That whole $100, like the way they packaged it. I don't know what they were thinking for that.
Oh, we already went over that. Yeah, dude, it was ridiculous. Unacceptable. Dude, for a big company like Sony, and then to say, then you know why? So I read into this shit, bro.
You couldn't even get a refund. Or,
they're saying, hey, go ahead and try to take us to court on a refund. Your game works, the disc works. You're talking about packaging. We're not giving you a refund for packaging, but they should understand that packaging is the reason why people bought it. People love the packaging. Like they're underplaying the whole packaging thing. Yeah, it's packaging. It's not the actual disc or the box. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
I mean, how can they not get that?
They get it. That's PR. That's PR. They get it.
But think about it. Whose bright idea was it to put it in a plain manila envelope and super glue the shit?
But Mooch got his in a perfect box.
Mine came in a perfect like cardboard box, solid. The one now I will say this: inside the box, right? So the box was 5 times oversized for the package. Inside was just PlayStation tissue paper and the box.
No bubble wrap
at all.
You know how PlayStation does it, man. Yo,
none. Just PlayStation tissue paper. That was it.
I gotta be real though. When Xbox, when it comes to presentation and putting something in, I know, God, it's just recycling, bro. Bullshit. When it comes to packaging, you would think, I'm telling you, Xbox is like Apple, bro. Beautiful packaging, well presented.
Because most people put Sony with Apple all the time, right? That's the correlation. But it is Microsoft that does. Microsoft does a much better job packaging. Absolutely.
Sony does that shit with the little, those little cardboard milk carton type of things.
Yeah, like Xbox changed the color. They put black speckled paint on the Halo edition. That's how far they went. The paper had black stars on it. It was ridiculous. Yes. And I'm not saying that matters, but it matters to me. I'm a collector.
It does matter. It does.
It has sentimental value. And then 10 years later, when we're still getting, steelbooks or whatever it may be, people going to bring back on, the date that it came out and be like, hey, who was there for, the launch of the Last of Us Part 1 remake? And then you're going to have the nostalgic of people putting up pictures of, and you're going to see that brown shit on it. It's that whole, man, it's that whole sentimental value, man. That's unacceptable to have that problem. And this is one of your flagship titles. I mean, you shouldn't have this problem, period. But come on, man. You can't be messing up with stuff like this now. Like this stuff again holds sentimental value, and people should be reimbursed some way, man, because it's not acceptable, man.
It's not.
Watchdog with the $2 said, "Hey Blaze, we need you for Vault of Glass. Get in here." I'm guessing he's talking about Destiny. Bro, as soon as we're done with this, if you guys are still on, I'll jump on a raid with you guys. Should have played last night, but hey. Melodic Punk, thank you for the $2. Appreciate you. What did he say? And then he had another $2 from Watch. So he said, shout out to Big Cloud and his corrupted JPEG. I think that's when you were trying to fix your shit.
Oh no,
but moving on.
I had to step away.
Yeah, no, it's all good, bro. Moving on. So recently, I seen Strictly's video. I seen people speaking about it, and I know people are kind of sick of Ubisoft, and I know they're kind of sick of Assassin's Creed, and they say the old Assassin's Creed was when it was better, but an Assassin's Creed got announced. It's called Mirage. It's going to be set in Baghdad, I believe, or Baghdad, right?
I heard that heavy sigh. From
well, I listen. I got no problem with Ubisoft. I'll probably end up buying that. You know what I mean?
I left Assassin's Creed many years ago. I just
did you?
Yeah, but I mean, honestly, it's you want to talk about rinse and repeat. It just got so boring to play.
Yeah, and Far Cry.
And I did pick up Valhalla, and again, I'm going to use Blaze's terms. There's not a jab at any console or anything like that, but like that was the game. Like that was a new game, and when the Series X came out, first party didn't have anything. I picked up Valhalla for Series X, right? Yeah. And this has nothing to do with the Series X. This was the game. I just didn't care for the game. Yeah. And I know that everyone liked Origins. I'm not taking anything away from them. I know people that put 365 hours into that game. But the point of the matter is like, as beautiful as it was, and I understand the time went into it, it just, that doesn't capture my attention for that long. It just doesn't.
I had to drop Valhalla. Did you drop Valhalla? I dropped it too. It was too long. It was too much.
I didn't even buy the shit. After we saw the gameplay for it. Remember? It was like in that beta prototype form we saw it. Then we saw the same shit, but it was polished. And it looked more so like Odyssey. And a lot of people might say, well, you liked Odyssey. I did like Odyssey, but that doesn't mean I want to go through that same shit
again. And then again.
Setting.
Well, they're saying they're gonna go back to more stealth and more. And they always say this shit. Sometimes they lean on it too much.
They said that about Valhalla, though. Remember? Because they was like, "Hey, you guys got a stealth Viking." First of all, since when the hell is a Viking stealth?
Right.
A Viking is all about war. What the fuck you mean a stealth Viking?
And I don't know who I was talking to. I said, "Damn, I thought everybody wanted Assassin's Creed to go in the direction of Japan." Or feudal Japan,
That's
right?
What I thought too.
We all thought.
I don't know who told me that. Blaze, how can they do that when Ghost of Tsushima came out and they're not going to be able to compete with that visual fidelity and that gameplay? They're not going to be able to compete.
You heard me. You heard it live. Watch if they do go to Japan. Watch it look like a carbon copy of Ghost of Tsushima. I'm willing to call it right now.
I don't think they can compete with it, bro.
I think they will make a carbon copy though, because Ghost of Tsushima showed you how to make an open world, like in that setting. Perfect.
But again, Ghost of Tsushima has a lot of Ubisoft influence to it. I really mean that.
A lot of Assassin's Creed fans want something. If you say I'm going to go back, they want something like the Ezio collection, right? They want something like that to come back. Honestly, that go all the way back. You know what I mean? Don't just kind of.
I would retell Desmond's story at this point because they fucked it all up. Like especially after 3, it was supposed to be like, okay, this epic payoff, right? Nothing happened. And just like, oh, we start doing these Elsewhere stories or these different characters. First of all, I don't give a shit about who this new character is in the future. I don't know who this character is. You didn't introduce it, so why am I caring about this character, the Animus, that supposedly spans to this one? It's dumb. There's no direction behind that game whatsoever. So. As far as like where this game like it's gonna, I guess, fall in line, I'm gonna be honest. My expectations are super low. I don't even know what to really expect for this game.
Yeah. I just feel like they just got lazy with what they do, man. I mean, that's as simple as I could put it. Like, I mean, if the game was if it just like say if it looked like Ghost of Tsushima, but it still had the same gameplay loop. Like, I bet you we would probably buy it, so I just think they're just presented badly. Like, it's just lazily done,
What about if they do go back to their road? But Strick, what about if they do go back? You're an assassin. It's in Baghdad's a cool setting. I don't see too many people going into the Arab, like I haven't seen too many people dive into that. So that's actually maybe a good direction to go into. But
and it needs to go back to the roots regardless. Like I've like that whole art trying to bring the RPG elements into those games, it needs I ain't gonna say nobody, but a lot of people don't like it for the most part, so it's just like Breakpoint. I mean, Wildlands.
No Breakpoint.
But no, like it's just people weren't appealed to it. They want the Wildlands sequel. So I guarantee you if there's a Wildlands sequel coming out, like
Breakpoint was a better game.
Their sales are going to go up tremendously. And Assassin's Creed, and I'm just bringing that up because they need to get back to the roots of great games, man. Like, I mean, they do because
but Strick, I got something for you. I got a flip around for you, right? They go back to their roots, let's say, right? But then aren't they doing the same shit they've been doing their whole career? How about go somewhere else? Yeah, how about try something new? But that's a company that relies on a lot of the same IPs, right?
They definitely need to try something new for sure. Like I do agree with that. They need to try something new, but I just think that there's certain titles that they're just good at, certain gameplay loops, man. But they have to just enhance that experience, man. Like make it present it better, make it look better.
Better animations.
All of that, man. Just again, man. Yeah. So they just been lazy.
You don't see many Blaze, what you're recommending happen. You don't see happen very often. I mean, that's why everybody kind of continues to this day to tip their cap to God of War 2018. Like a lot of people, like, listen, let's be honest. After Ascension, they could have made another God of War called God of War 4, right? And they could have just made it the same way that 1, 2, and 3 were, and maybe it wouldn't have done as well. To say that they want to go back to the drawing board and make the game completely different, I think that's what you're prescribing, right, Blaze, for Assassin's Creed? Yeah. Like change it up completely, something we've never seen before. And I don't think it's necessarily. There's two things that come down to it. I think it's fear. It's fear to leave something very comfortable. They're very comfortable, like Strick said.
They're going to sell well, right?
Right. And the other part of it is creativity. Do they have the talent?
They tried to throw mythical
I don't know.
status in the last one. What was it, Valhalla? Like you can get mythical weapons you can shoot
you can get mythical weapons. Look, somebody, I think Luke in the chat said Ubisoft gets too much hate. And maybe so. But you know what? When you really think about it, they've been putting out the same IPs, go to the radio tower, shit like that, right? But the kicker is, every time Ubisoft is presented a new game, Rainbow Six Siege, Far Cry 3, I can go down the line, Watch Dogs, you get this shiny, beautiful presentation, and the end product is never what it's out to play. You know what I mean? So they've done that multiple times. So like as a consumer, you're looking at Ubisoft, you're putting out the same shit, Ubisoft, come on. And then they do this shit where they show off, dude, go look at Rainbow Six Siege, E3 trailer, and go look at the final game. I'm not to say Rainbow Six Siege is a slouch or an ugly game, but dude, it's a big fucking difference. You know what I mean? And they've done that multiple times with I don't know, man. There's no repercussion for that. I feel like people let them walk away way too much. Like people still went out and bought Far Cry 3 in droves. That didn't change anything. That it got a downgrade. Watch Dogs, people still bought Watch Dogs, even though it got received poorly. People still bought Watch Dogs.
Well, I mean, I fell for it. I bought Far Cry 3, Far Cry 6. Like I got news for you. If Far Cry 7's another copy paste, I'm not buying 7. Like I bought 6. Because I thought we were going to go back.
That jungle,
how great it was going to be with Voss and how 3 was. And shout out to, what's his name there? Is Giancarlo, probably one of the best villains of all time.
I bought it for him too.
Me too. That's who I bought it for, period. Flat out. That's what it is. That and then I was hoping we could relive our glory days of 3. But if it's another copy paste like that, I'm also done with Far Cry. That's my last Far Cry. And that's what they do.
Nobody's
I gotta hop up out of here, man.
Oh, you got it, boss?
All right, Strick.
Man.
All right, yo, Strick. Good talking to you, Strick.
Yeah, excellent, man. Shout out to the chat, man. Y'all be easy. Have a great evening. Mooch, the legend. You already know, man.
Thank you, Strick. Appreciate
Always
you.
love speaking to you, man. My guy, Blaze, but you already know the vibes, man.
Bro, I'll let you in the morning, bro.
Well, I thought your TV was cracked for a second. I'm seeing his trees behind. I thought
you said what?
It looked like your TV was like.
Oh,
I was like, what the hell are those trees? Like,
oh no, I goes into that little, picture mode.
It's so it don't get
burning. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Burning. Yeah, so it go to shout out to LG. Y'all be easy, man.
Yo, be easy, Strick.
Shout out to Strictly, man. Great guy, great fellow. Awesome. Love him to death, bro.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Splinter Cell. That was the other thing I was trying to get across to. Like, what happened with that? Does anybody?
No, that's coming. Splinter Cell is coming. This is the thing. People, like I said, Ubisoft has beloved IP, so they can turn it around. If they drop Splinter Cell and they do it the right way, they can be right back in pocket. I just think they're a little stagnant. And listen, people can hate on Ubisoft. I say this a million times, but when you look at these open world games, they literally pulled from Ubisoft. Ghost of Tsushima is a prime example. Like people want to say that open world is so. Listen, that open world is beautiful. It's awesome. There's a lot of shit to do. But guess what? Going to cut a bamboo in half is, like those little busy missions. That's what they are. It's like a Ubisoft template. You know what I mean? You don't think so? Like,
I don't know. So you really think is Splinter Cell coming back?
Yeah, they announced it. It was on Twitter. Right? Yeah,
they announced it, but we don't have a date. We haven't seen anything. Is it going to be? And are they venturing out from something? Are they doing something new? Are they going to do? Is it going to be more of the same? What do you think? I mean, that's the thing with Ubisoft. You never know. It seems like everything's always copy paste.
You don't know. No, you don't. It's fucking.
That's why my excitement. I understand there's a lot of Splinter Cell fans, and I'm not taking. No, don't let me take that excitement away from you at all. But I'm just saying, until I see something, I just feel like everything with Ubisoft, nothing has come out that's been genuinely. And what's a new IP that they've had recently that's been killer? The best thing they've got is Rainbow Six Siege, right? Isn't that Ubisoft?
Right. That's very successful. They got Skull and Bones,
very successful. Is Skull and Bones going to be any good? When's that releasing?
Soon, like the next few months.
They were literally advertising Skull and Bones. It was on one of those TV reels. You know, they had the commercials on there. I was like, when's this coming out? He's like, I don't know, man. I'm like, all right.
Yeah, dude. I think Ubisoft needs just some fresh energy around them, man. I just feel like they're very stagnant, but they got talented, man. They got some talent there, bro. They've made some great games in the past.
Blaze, you think they get bought out? Think somebody acquires them? Or they stay independent long?
I always ask this, Mooch, and now that you're here, if I say I got a platter, everything that comes with Ubisoft, all their IPs, I got a nice Ubisoft platter, some crab ragoons over here. Right. I got lasagna and a little bit of EA, Need for Speed, Madden. What do you want? What do you feel like eating? Don't be biased because you're Italian. What do you feel like eating? Chinese or Italian? EA or Ubisoft?
So I'm probably going. Well, I'm going to EA just because. I mean, I know you guys are gonna not like this answer, but because I'm going to EA for the sports titles. As long as I get my contracts, if I can keep those contracts, I want EA.
Not just the sport title, bro. Like again, Need for Speed, Apex, Titanfall, BioWare. Then they got what's the other game? God, there's another big game. Star Wars.
Star Wars. They got the Star Wars contract. And like you said, they got Apex with Respawn. I mean, listen, I take EA all day, but I'm just saying I like the sports because you posed it to me like me and you are about to make a purchase, right? Blazing Mooch Inc. Like we're gonna make a purchase. I know that I've got longevity with EA's titles. Ubisoft, you can already see they're in the decline. Right, they're declining before our very eyes. And guys, again in the chat, if you love Far Cry, if you love Assassin's Creed, I'm not taking that away from you, but you can see it's deteriorating right in front of our eyes. It's going downhill. I think because it's copy paste, not because it's buggy, not because it's broken, nothing like that. But with the think about just BioWare alone. Listen, you could still make Anthem an unbelievable AAA banger. Like I don't give a shit what anybody says. Everything's there. The mechanics are there. The world is there.
Beautiful game.
The game when you took control of your character flying around. Listen, I know everyone. It was Iron Man. It was the best feeling, period. They messed up on the story. They messed up on the progression. They messed up on certain things. I get it. But just even a failed experiment with a game like Anthem has got more, for me, has a better future with the right people than Far Cry 7.
Have you just promoted Anthem as a good game?
I said it can be a good game.
Can be a good game. It always had potential.
It's still, but doesn't it still? If they went and made an Anthem 2, let's say they just literally kicked us all right in the end, and they're like, "We're going to do Anthem 2."
No, I was interested in that whole universe, like how you're flying around, different mechanics. There was just not enough shit to do. It was just uninteresting.
No, there was not enough shit to do. There was definitely not enough shit to do in the game. The game literally fell flat after I felt like after a week, I felt like I co-created it. I was like, "This is done." I was done with it, but doesn't mean I wouldn't support an Anthem 2 if they fixed their mistakes, because the game legit has.
Are you going to trust them though?
Holy shit!
They announced Anthem 2 tomorrow. Are you gonna be all in? Like, because Anthem, when we first viewed Anthem, we didn't see any red flags popping up. No, this game looks awesome.
Enemies kept disappearing and shit in the world.
Yeah, but for the most part, nobody was concerned when they saw the gameplay. They were more intrigued than concerned.
Yeah. With the way it was sold to us, it was next generation. Like we were going to jump into what we've always thought the evolution would be for that type of game. Dude, and when we got there, I think you felt the mechanics. Right, exactly, right. So I think we got some of that in the fact of the suit up and the mechanics. The world was beautiful, but everything else just kind of fell flat. The story.
I think it was just too ambitious for them. You know what I mean? A little too ambitious. Like they were.
That was their B team making it, right? Yeah, that wasn't even the big. That was the B team of BioWare. It wasn't even the.
Yeah.
Oh, was it? Well, no, that was.
No, I thought that was their A team, wasn't it?
That was their A team, yeah, because the B team was making Andromeda.
Yeah,
and we know how that turned.
Yeah.
And Mass Effect is still a big IP. You know, I know it's a laughing stock.
Massive.
It is. It's a big IP. Now, EA is a good. Yo, listen, if Sony could fucking somehow listen, could you imagine you have FIFA, Madden?
Yeah, I mean, was it EA that came out? Bet you're always on the news like this. Was it EA that came out just a few maybe months ago and said, we're not looking to be acquired, but by all means, our phone lines are open?
Yep, pretty much.
Yeah,
they were about to get bought up by, what was it? Not Amazon. Was
Embracer?
No, Embracer. It was Was it
Embracer?
No, I don't think it was Embracer. It was someone else. It's another company. I forgot. But yeah, they said no to it.
They said no, right?
Yeah, it's an interesting topic. I listen. I think, and you see EA saying we really see the importance of single player games when they were saying the complete opposite 5-6 years ago. So I think they're starting to kind of realize. Listen, single player games are very important. You know, making quality products, not wrestling. Because we can say. I said, look at chat. You happy? I can say EA is fucking up, but you know, EA still putting out fucking Madden. They still got some Madden people upset with Madden, man. They're just over it.
When are they not upset with Madden, but they still buy?
But that's the thing. But EA keeps buying the rights to Madden. They keep buying the rights to the NFL.
But they keep buying the shit. So what's the point?
You know who it is? It's the people that go up there and buy the franchise mode and buy these card packs, and they go online and make little shorts, and these kids get, oh my god, I want to.
Why do you think 2K killed the WWE lately with their games? And they had to redeem themselves. They were trying to convert that shit into the system, and the game. So they put more emphasis on getting money out the fucking game than the quality. That's why damn characters were walking like crabs and shit. Like they were like all mutated and shit in the game. Like they didn't give shit.
Did Madden? You know, it's funny. We used to see the reports on this. I haven't even seen anything. How did Madden do? Is Madden like still selling insane, or is there a bit of a decline right now because of interest?
Nothing surprises me. It probably is still doing.
I would expect it's doing at least what it's expected, if not surpassing a bit.
What competitor is there to Madden roster?
Yeah,
there's no competitor to Madden, but what I like to say is our money in our pocket, Blaze, right? You got your money in your pocket, and let's say you got a stack right there, and I say, okay, where are you spending it? So it's not that there's a competitor to Madden, but I'll put it this way to you. If you were a Madden fan for so long and you're just so sick and tired of playing the copy and paste game that they keep giving you, would you take the money you got in your pocket allocated for Madden and now move it to an NBA 2K? Maybe. Right? You switch sports. Because I'll be honest with you, I was just talking to Persona about this. I've never played I played an NBA 2K game, but I've never bought one and owned one. And I got to tell you, everybody does a great job every year of getting me so close to buying NBA 2K. Like it is a fun game to play. I've never owned it. I don't buy. Yeah,
but
Madden
you watch
anymore.
Basketball? Do you like? Because you gotta somewhat.
So yeah, but see, that's what sucks for me because my favorite sport, and Blaze, you know this because we've talked enough now.
It's
my
tennis.
Favorite sport is tennis. You son of a bitch! No, it ain't tennis, man. It's baseball.
Wait, what?
He said tennis.
He said tennis. Hold up.
That was great. He got that in there. Perfect timing, by the way. It's baseball, but I'm not going to lie to you, and this has got nothing to do with. I don't like playing MLB The Show. It's so boring, man.
It is.
People go, Mooch, how can you watch 9 innings of baseball then tell me the show's boring? I don't know how to tell you this, but picking a pitch and then hitting that glide thing that goes up and down like that, and it's like that to me. 9 innings of that for 162
Hold on, Mooch.
games.
Hold on. So you rather watch baseball than play baseball?
A video game, yes.
A video game, but all right, okay. All right.
Now play the sport. I'll play the sport any day you want. You want to get a pickup game going, we can do that.
Yeah, baseball. Listen,
But baseball's not for everybody. A lot of people in the chat right now, I'm guarantee you any second now, they're going to be writing right now. They're going to be like, baseball's the worst sport to watch.
Yeah, but there's no competitor for MLB The Show either. But
there isn't.
But they do such a great job. People love that game so much.
They do it. Listen, I got news for you. I will say this much. Do I think Madden could be done better by another company? Yes. Do I think somebody could outdo the MLB The Show? No.
Facts.
So how about I go there? And I'll tell you, NBA 2K is pretty close to also being untouchable almost. I know they're buggy at launch. I see what people say. I read everything, but because I've never owned it. But still, even though it's that buggy, people still say I love the shit out of that game.
Bro, EA couldn't even compete. All the EA had NBA Live and they couldn't compete with it.
You remember NFL Streets? I mean, there used to be a lot.
Yes.
of
Yeah,
shit.
those are
Yes.
spin-offs,
Yes.
and like I feel like they
Yes.
still need to make make
Yeah.
those type of games.
You know what I'm
Like
saying?
there's
We don't
just
have
not
those.
enough
Like,
games
Blitz
like
the
that,
League.
man.
Like, yeah, Blitz the League, fucking
Blitz,
college football. Where's college football shit? What happened to that?
right? People are asking for that too. No,
Yeah.
there's a lot of
Yeah.
money to be made, man. And you know, it's just
But it's the licensing, right, Blaze? Because
a
listen,
licensing.
nobody wants to start playing a
It's the
game
licensing
with
and
being
the
like,
lack of effort. That's what.
yeah,
yeah, but
because,
nobody wants to play as the microwave fucking Bostonians.
Right.
They want to play as the fucking Patriots,
Right.
bro.
That's true. That's true.
Right.
But I don't know though. Those games did ridiculously well back then, though. I think they probably would
What?
still want to buy like them the college football
like
series.
Street.
Yeah, Streets definitely did well for sure.
No, they did well, but sometimes
Street
people
hoops.
just want a sim game. You know, that's why there's
Yeah.
room for both games. Like NBA Street sold like hotcakes too, bro. But sometimes people want just a listen. There was 5 NBA games at one point, and they all did well, bro. There was a 989 Studios. There was EA NBA Live. There was a NBA Jam. There was so many different NBA games. There was plenty of room for everybody to eat. The problem is these companies monopolize, and you know, like what EA's doing right now. Like 2K Sports with Terrell Owens on the cover, one of the best football games ever made.
Yeah.
That literally got shot in the leg because EA said, "Hey, we're not going to listen." The NFL did not like 2K discounting their game and making the NFL look like a lower product. That's what they got out of it. Like, oh, you're discounting the NFL. The NFL is a premium sport. Like, they didn't like that. And EA basically swooped in like, oh, listen, we'll just sign in. And, at one point, Madden was good. You know what I mean? Madden was good at one point.
Absolutely.
So it's just, I don't think this shit will have, if people keep buying it, they're not going to change shit. FIFA is such a pop, like people talk about Madden. Bro, go look at FIFA sales compared to Madden. Like FIFA sells like crazy, dude.
But question:
FIFA.
how's the quality of FIFA? Is
FIFA's
FIFA
straight.
better than? Oh, so they put better emphasis in FIFA.
The FIFA team, listen, they do take. I'm not saying they're perfect. They do make these small or they'll bring back from. But the core gameplay of FIFA has gotten better over the years, personally, in my opinion. But yeah, they could do much better job as well.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. I also read in other news. I wonder if anybody's been waiting for this because I always like check my Steam, like, yo, where the fuck is this Witcher 3 next gen patch? Because they said, oh, we're gonna give you HDR. You know, there'll be a next gen patch for the PS5 or a separate game, I believe. And I love The Witcher 3 goes down. It's in my top 10 favorite games of all time. Like, I don't know, like I tried to beat that game multiple times on PS4 and I dropped it. I got the PC.
Same
I
here.
added some mods. I was in love with the game. So they're saying it's going to drop late this year. So I don't know when that's going to be, but Witcher 3 next gen late this year. And by the way, if you guys didn't know, the new Witcher, whatever that's going to be called, Witcher 4 or whatever, is using Unreal Engine. But now I was reading this whole Reddit post, how people are concerned. Like, listen, I love unique engines. I don't want everybody to be on Unreal 5, bro. I don't. Like, I want people to have their own unique engines with like cool animations. Like, you look at the old Far Cry engines where they throw a Molotov and it would catch fire and burn up a tree, then the tree would burn down. Like, yo, that shit is missing in game. Like shit is not in gaming anymore, bro.
No.
Like, everything is shiny visuals with just generic fucking gameplay. That's just where that's what it is, man. The Witcher 3 is C tier. Somebody block him, please. I'm just joking. Don't block him, chat, please. But yeah, what's your thoughts on Witcher, Mooch?
I'm in the same boat. I'm actually in the same boat as you. You have no idea that it's probably one of the games that I wish I could have gotten. I've picked it up and put it down probably 6 times now, Blaze, since it's come out. I've purchased, not only have I purchased all the DLC, I own it on Xbox, I own it on Steam, and I keep trying to play it, and I get so far that I gotta say, even with the latest enhancements patch that we got, which was phenomenal, by the way, it still was a hard playthrough for me. The mechanics are still a little wonky. The story, here's the thing, the side quests are better than the main quest. So
Isn't that funny?
So lost. Yep, I get so lost doing the side quests and getting wrapped up in. And anybody who follows me on Twitch knows this. I get lost on collectibles, man. I don't know if it's OCD. I don't know what I got. I know if I gotta go do something, I go do it. Right. So I go do that, and I'm like, my God, I'm nowhere near the end of this game. So I don't know if like an HDR patch or these other like they are quality of life to the game patches coming in. I don't know if that'll get me back there, but you'll never get any Witcher slander from me. I respect the game. I've watched every episode of the Netflix stuff. I love the story. I love the world. I'm immersed into it. But for some reason, I just can't finalize that game. I just can't. Have you beaten it, Blaze? I have not beaten the game. I have not.
Mooch, but listen, play it on PC. You got to play that game and that game only. That's the problem. Like when I was playing The Witcher, I was jumping around, jumping in Witcher. I don't know what the fuck's going on. Like you said, the side quests, like you end up getting burnt out because you're just running around everywhere. But you download a few mods, dude. Texture mods, lighting mods, better. It's called 420 grass, Mooch. The grass is like up to your knees.
Okay.
It's just, bro, modding. I never knew how important modding was until I played The Witcher, bro. After that, I look forward to every type of mod in any game.
I didn't even know there was a modding community for The Witcher.
Dude, it's one of the most modded games of all time. And not only that, Mooch, when I tell you, you think, modding, there's too many loopholes, I don't want to do. Dude, you literally download the file and you drag it into the Witcher file. Create a folder call. It's so simple. Mooch, I'm telling you, I was just like you. I could not get through the game. I tried. I couldn't talk shit about it like you, but I couldn't get through it.
So let me ask you this question then. So from where I'm at right now, play it where I left off or start it from the beginning because it's been so damn long? What do I do now?
Fuck, man.
You know that situation. Everyone in the chat's got to be nodding their head. There's a game that you have that you've put down for about, 2 years? Haven't touched tough. 3 years? I got to start over, right? I mean, you're talking about I got to do a whole nother probably 50, 60, 70 hours all over again. I tell you what I would do is wait for that next gen game or patch, whatever it's going to be, and I would give it another shot that way. Well, I got it. I bought everything. I have all the DLC. I have everything on Steam. I might as well just do it with the mod community.
The Blood and Wine.
The Blood and Wine. I heard that's even better than the original game.
Dude, it's incredible, man. I'm telling. I played that game the other day. Just booted up Blood and Wine I was blown away. That game still holds up, man. Very well.
Bit, where are you on this? Have you completed Witcher to its entirety, or are you in my world?
Dude, I beat it less than 3 hours on PC. Man, easy game. Easy.
What the hell is Bit? What's Bit on?
Blaze, no, I'm talking. But no, I never got into Witcher. What do you say, Blaze? Took a day to be.
Yeah, fucking frauds, man. Speaking of frauds, Mooch, how long you been on YouTube?
Oh shit, I don't know.
20 years?
20 years. Yeah, when they started doing the how you do it, so that's when I started. No, I don't know. Maybe it's got to be, I'm going to say 7 years, 7.5. Yeah, it's funny. I never went through and counted it. People ask me all the time on Crossfire in the chat. They're like, Mooch, what Crossfire episode are you on? So, I mean, you can ask Bit. I bother Bit like crazy. Out of 52, right, there's 52 Fridays, in the year, whatever, 52 weeks. I probably take 3 to 4 weeks off a year from Crossfire. Wow. So I just do the math there. It's I'm doing somewhere around 47 to 48 episodes a year, and I've been doing it for about 7.5 years. I would say 2014, somewhere in the vicinity of the middle of 2014, I started.
When did you go from politic moots with the finger pointing in the American flag to this mooch? When did you make
Captain America?
2016, 2017? 2016,
Bro, if I would have known you were a guinea from the jump,
yes,
I would have looked at you way differently. I'm telling you, but I seen you aligning yourself. I'm like, man, I don't know about this guy.
It was great when you jumped into my Twitch when I was doing Elden Ring. You're like, let me find out this dude's 100% Italian. Get the hell out of here. He honest to God, he asked me like 8 times. He's like, swear. He's like, stand on this Bible. He's like, stand on this Bible right now.
People say they're Italian.
I'll do it.
Well, they do. Everyone says that, right? Like, yes, I am. I am what I say.
I swear to God. I'm like, yes. Yo, that was a great stream. I'm glad you guys joined that.
No, I was great.
You played Demisha, Blaze? I mean, Mooch?
No.
You didn't buy that game?
What's that?
Game? It's that.
That bootleg Souls.
Yeah.
Which one? What's it called?
Thymesia, I think it's called.
Yeah. No, I'm sorry. It's like THYMESIA.
Yeah. I bought it. I just haven't bought it yet.
Do you like it?
I haven't played it yet. I have it.
So that one caught my eye because I saw Luca was playing it. Shout out to Luca. And I saw Persona. But I do want to ask you guys a question. There is another game. It's called Steel Rising.
Oh,
Steel Rising just came out, and that's Souls-like as well. If you guys...
Hey, I'm surprised you know about that. So I just requested a key
I did
for
too,
that game.
Blaze.
Where?
On Keymailer.
Keymailer? Yes, sir,
Yeah.
my man. So I don't know if they'll give it to me. I'm not as big as Mooch, but
Buddy,
you know,
I don't think I'm going to get it either. I'll be honest with you.
You know what it is too? When you wait, when the game is like close to release and you just ask for a key, sometimes it takes
kind of sketchy. Yeah.
It does.
You know what, Mooch?
I get it.
I just got this game. I just want to. I'm gonna play this fucking game because it looks awesome, and I just got a key for it. It's called Trial Out, right? And it's like the physics on the cars are fucking awesome, dude. Everything, like, you think Wreckfest does it good, this shit is on a whole different level. But anyway, shout out to you. Steel Rising looks awesome. It looks awesome.
I think Steel Rising does look good. What is it there? What's his name? I can't. Fighting Cowboy, I think, whatever. I just really quick just went through his part 1, watched what he was playing through. I wanted to see the first few minutes. I will say this much. The world in Steel Rising looks amazing. I do like how it's very Souls-like. I will say this much. The one thing I will say from what I saw in Bit, and Blaze, tell me if I'm right or wrong here, the mechanics, the action, when you're fighting, it looks very stiff. I'm not going to lie to you. It looks a little stiff. And that's where the Thymesia. I think I'm saying it wrong. I know I'm saying it wrong, so I'm sorry, chat.
I don't even know what it is in here.
The fluidity in that motion on that game looks Bloodborne-ish. And they said that the developers were inspired by Bloodborne.
I will say this, though. Like, even if it doesn't live up to that Bloodborne expectation, we do have one game to look forward to that more likely will, and that is Lies of P.
That's the bro.
Game.
Okay,
all day.
That's it.
No, but that's still Rising. I guess you're fucking a robot. I guess.
Yes, you are.
So I'm not trying to defend the game, but you know, maybe that's why they made it.
That might be why it's so.
I don't know.
Janky,
but you're right. I did notice the jankiness. I did notice that shit.
You know, I want to say one thing about Lies of P. You know, because everybody, including me, okay, you guys can go back and check last week's Crossfire. I said the same thing. I very much am in favor of Lies of P, and I can't wait to play it. But this is another one of those games, and the other game that reminds me of where I'm about to go with this is that Atomic Heart. When you see a game that looks so beautiful, so great, so perfect, so this, so that, and you know what, Blaze, this is the Italian in me. I start second guessing it.
You don't trust it. I know.
I don't trust it. And I'll give you an example. Remember We Happy Few? Everyone's like, it's the next BioShock. Look at the world. It's so colorful. It's alive. And let me tell you something. They sold me. It looked great. Then I played the game.
Trash.
And I got about 20 minutes into it. And that, my friend, is the extent of my coverage of We Happy Few. I just get a little apprehensive when I see too much good. It looks like they're piecing everything together. You know what I'm saying, Bit?
Yeah.
I don't know.
We got so much shit to choose from, though, which I'm happy for. Like, and I would say this might probably be like the best years for like a start of a generation. I mean, think about it. We got Callisto Protocol and fucking December. I can't fucking wait for that.
That's got that of the fucking dude. That I'm buying in, and if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I'm going to be playing it and streaming it. So if it's something that is bad, I'll be the first one to tell you. But I'm telling you right now, Callisto Protocol, day one.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fucking.
There's actually a trophy, Blaze. They confirmed it that you have to die in every conceivable way. So that's why they keep showing off depth scenes and shit, like him getting.
No shit.
Yeah, there's actually a trophy for that. They confirmed it. So it's like they're really like going, yo, listen, we don't give a shit. We're literally gonna scare the hell out of you. We're gonna go all out. I'm like, damn, they really just move the needle with this fucking game, like everything, the regenerators, the dismemberment. The dismemberment's better than the Dead Space remake. Y'all seen that? Like when dude's arm was on, it was gone off, and he like used him as a meat shield, and like the shoulder joint came off. It was like, okay,
no, it looks incredible, bro. We don't even gotta like, yo, that's you know, if it wasn't for God of War, that would be at the top of the list.
Oh hell yeah!
What's the release date for Callisto Protocol?
December, I think 9th or 8th. I think.
I was kind of hoping you were going
to.
I was kind of hoping it was later, a little later. I'll look it up right now.
Why? What's in that December slot that you're worried about?
There's nothing in the December slot, but I'm not going to lie to you. Like I want to, like, God of War for me, Blaze. When it comes down to it, nobody's going to tell me to step on the gas with that game. I'm going to enjoy that. Play it through twice, right? So with the time and the scheduling, I want my 4 weeks with God of War. I know that sounds crazy.
Oh, you want to savor God of War.
Every bit of it.
Yeah,
every bit of it. So I kind of want Callisto Protocol. I'm hoping it comes out like what Bit was saying. I'm hoping it's after the fact, maybe like December 12th or 13th or something like that.
It's December 2nd. The guys in the chat.
Oh, it is? Is it
December
the 2nd?
Yeah.
Okay, I was just about to look it up. Thank you, everybody in the chat. I appreciate that.
No,
that's fast. So I mean, whatever. That's plenty of time. I mean, that's that still gives me just under a month. I mean, it's, you know what I mean? Like, there's certain games you just want to really digest, and God of War is not something I recommend somebody try to.
Let's get a Metacritic from both of y'all. God of War.
Definitely don't speed run no God of War. God of War is not a game you speed run. That's a game you experience and you play. You know what I mean? That's a game you play. Dudes who try to speed run and be the main one and say, "Oh, this game's trash. I can't get into it." Why? Because you're not.
You didn't go down the perch tree. You didn't do none of that.
Right? You didn't do shit. So of course,
Big Cloud, Metacritic.
Yeah, thank you. Let Bit go first. Thank you.
For God of War Ragnarok, I'm predicting at least.
Well, hold on. Before you say that, what did the first one score again? 93?
93. I'm expecting another 90 something, 90 plus for this game as well. For God of War.
So it's not going to take a, because sequel, you seen Horizon. Horizon was a better game overall. It really was.
It was, but here's the thing though.
Horizon Forbidden West was better in every way.
Forbidden West was better and good at every way. And when it came to movement, fluidity, just refinements in combat, NPCs were better. But you know what the problem with Horizon Forbidden West compared to Horizon Zero Dawn?
What?
Story for Horizon Zero Dawn was longer, and you got more context to that one versus Forbidden West. Forbidden West relied heavily on you going to like the NPCs to get more bits and pieces of the puzzle, because you can spend more time talking to the NPCs that is optional. You know what I mean? It's not part of the story. So a lot of people got more. Some people might experience that game differently. They might go, damn, they didn't explore this or they didn't answer this question. When the reality is they did, but you probably missed that person or you didn't go to that person. Also,
yeah, but that's just one aspect, though, right?
No. The story as well is shorter. Then again, significantly shorter. You can tell
that doesn't mean it's a bad thing, though.
No, it's not a bad thing, but I'm saying you get more context to the game in part one, where it felt like it was leading to something epic. You know what I mean? As you kept going, you thought you actually were done in a sense with Horizon Zero Dawn, but when you find out from Forbidden West leaves you on this kind of empty type of note in a sense, where it's hopeful, but at the same time, based on what you're told, no spoiler alerts. Well, I'm not gonna say no spoilers, but based on what you're told, it kind of gives you that mindset that it's like, well, everything was kind of for nothing in a weird way. But
Big, let me ask you something, brother. I couldn't get through the first Horizon. I couldn't even. I got to Meridian City, whatever that city was, and I dropped it. I couldn't get. It was boring to me. The second one, although I dropped it immediately, that's just because I had an Elden Ring copy and I was in love with that game.
We both did. Yeah,
you dropped it too.
Hey, Mooch. I was ready to play. I literally said it because he got it early. He was playing early. Shout out to Hunter, but Hunter gave him the code early. He was playing it earlier, and he was like, "Okay, it's launch week, Mooch." So I get Horizon. I'm playing Horizon. Here go this dude blowing up my phone. Yo, Bit, you got the game? I'm like, no, why? Big Cloud, stop playing with him. You got the? I'm like, no, I don't have the game. You didn't download this fucking game. I was like, no, I don't buy this game. This dude's like, Big Cloud, check your PayPal. I'm like, what you mean check my PayPal? He's like, no, you're not missing this fucking game. Put that shit down.
Oh, you talking about Elden Ring? Hell no, you're missing it.
You're like, you're not missing this fucking game, bro. I want you to experience this with me right now. You're gonna fucking play this fucking game. I'm like, dude, I'm already playing this. Big Cloud. You can always come back. He sort of said,
"Did you go back?
Come back to it. You can always
you got the platinum. You got the platinum.
Oh, you did get the platinum.
Yeah,
okay. I think the one thing I gotta say, Bit, though, because the one thing with your story, you're 100% right. But I think what Blaze was saying, and I kind of agree, is even if you do want to say that the story might have been more intriguing in one, which I'm not going to argue with you there. The way that the NPCs were so lifeless in the first one, and the eyes were kind of pointing out into the direction.
Looking this way.
Yeah, they're looking over here, looking over, and you're not looking at you. And
like
that takes you out of it. And I didn't want to hear these people rambling on anymore. Where I thought the second one was awesome. I don't know. I thought they did a better job with it.
It's like you can tell, you can definitely see the production value just go up higher for part two. Like, you know what I mean? Better equipment. You can tell they have more resources, more assets, newer tools. Because you can just tell by the way how seamless it was. That's one thing I loved about it too. It was super seamless. The new machines in that game too, like the snake. A lot of people didn't like it. I thought
Big Cloud, what's the better game to you, honestly? One or two?
Gameplay wise, or just
overall?
I mean, aside from story, I would say Forbidden West is the better game overall. That's the
that's all. But that's why
everything. Yeah.
Okay, but that's why when you say God of War is going to get either similar or around there, it worries me because Horizon literally, like, I don't give. All right, the story's subjective, by the way.
Yeah,
what you think is good and bad is all subjective.
But me and you both, I mean, we can both vouch for this, though. I mean, it's subjective, but a story can ruin an experience for you.
It can, but Big Cloud, the fact that I got through Horizon Forbidden West and beat it, that enough said, dude.
Yeah, you like the game. Oh, yeah, you like the game, and it was a shorter, condensed story this time around, which is good. But I'm saying not every story is
no, you're right.
You're right. A game for sure. And for as
so
far as
93
Ragnarok is concerned, there's for God of War.
Yeah.
I would
give
say
a number.
Probably,
don't give a fluff. Give a number.
So what did the last one do? 92?
93.
Last one did like 93.
I think. I don't know.
I want to say 94, 95, just because of what we saw.
Wow. Are you kidding me?
I want to say
no, 94, that's all
95, but more than likely it's probably going to get a flat 90, if not an 89 at its highest, depending on this. And the reason why is because when we first saw God of War, and you remember this, y'all were there, E3. When we first saw this, we were fucking mesmerized by what we were seeing. We never thought we would see God of War in third person. And it looked incredible, everything they do. And even with the axe and everything, it's like, dude, this is the coolest shit I've ever fucking seen. This is dope.
That's right.
And now you're seeing this, you see in the refined version of it, they're showing off new elemental abilities. You can like charge the axe, you can charge the blades of chaos. It looks cool, but again, that mystique, that mystique that we had before is kind of not there because you already know what to expect combat wise. So really, it's going to come down to the story, and of course, we complained about this too, Blaze. Remember how dudes were trying to come out our next? We said, when dudes trying to say, this is the most gory God of War game in history. It's like, dude, stop. God of War 2018 is good, but it's not gory.
Yeah, it's not.
It's nowhere near as gory.
That opening scene was cool, but that's about it.
That's it. That's like some superhero type shit. That opening scene or some Super Saiyan shit is not halfway across the room. That's cool, but that's not gory. God of War 3. You want gore? Go watch God of War 3. Go play God of War.
Look at Mooch fiending. Give us that number, Mooch.
I got to give you a number here because you know what, Blaze? I can't stand that you're so right on this. I have a feeling we're gonna run into the same kind of issue, and so my number. I'm gonna give you a number. Yes, a number. If it got 93, I'm going to say it's probably I still think it's going to get a 91, 92. Mm-hmm. But I will be honest with you. I'm fearful that you'll see an 89. And the reason I say fearful,
and it's not bad. Like I don't know why
because I think it's not bad. I think it's going to be the reviewers this generation we're seeing. I mean, it's a different group of people reviewing the games, and you can kind of see where they're going with all this. I mean, it seems like everything PlayStation's put out except for Demon's Souls has gotten an 88. Like everything's gotten an 88.
Yeah.
Right. And I'm not saying that.
Same, you know what I mean? Shit falls to that line, more of the same instead of.
But that's what a sequel. That's what a fucking sequel is, though.
And that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
we just did a 30-minute segment on Ubisoft and EA not changing shit for 2 decades. So you already got a 2018 game in God of War that made a radical change from its predecessor, right? So how much are they going to change it all again? You don't go back to the drawing board 2.5 3 years later. You don't do that. So when people are like, it looks like it's
to a layer.
Yeah, you're going to keep doing more in that world. Now, to see that get like a penalty for that would kind of bother me a little bit. That would bother me a little bit.
It does, but you know how these reviewers are. Come on, let's keep it a bug. You seen that shit with the dude? He gave Cuphead like a 1 out of 10, and his sorry ass couldn't get past the tutorial. So it's like these are the type of people that that the game has to impress. It's not really us. We can say it's the greatest thing ever, but the reality is, it comes down to dumbasses who don't even know how to play fucking video games. So it comes down to shit like that.
It is.
The story again, and the story again is the other thing about this. I think it's just going to be the real saving grace for God of War, and that has to be the big thing that just separates it from the pack. Are we going to see Odin? Are we going to go to Egypt? You know what I mean? Are we going to see crazy gore and guts and shit like that? Are they going to take some tips out of God of War 3's book? You know what I mean? Are you going to see those wild?
I was just going to say we need that. We need that Zeus. We need the Zeus moment again.
Ooh, yes.
Right, that's what you need again.
That? We saw Athena in the last one. Imagine if Zeus just appeared out of nowhere and said, "Oh, so you thought you had enough of me? You thought you saw the last of me?" And then fucking Odin appears. 8 teams out with Odin or some shit.
Right, exactly.
That's an epic fucking moment by itself. It's like, okay,
that's what people
knows about.
Right.
That epic moment where Athena still goes down is one of the best moments.
It sends chills down your spine. It's because as soon as you saw Athena, y'all knew exactly where the fuck y'all were going to go get.
Yep.
Right.
He didn't go back to his house just to go back to his house. No, you knew what the fuck he was going to get.
He wasn't going to read a book, bro. Yeah,
exactly. And when that music hit and he came out with them fucking blades,
bro,
dude,
my dick got so hard, bro. I'm telling you right now, bro.
like, yo,
My
shit
fucking,
got real.
I was like fucking.
Dudes complaining like, oh, but I missed the Blades of Chaos. Oh, we all missed the Blades of Chaos.
Yo, Big Cloud, if I was streaming that moment, bro, you listen. I don't get excited for games like that, but I was like, dude, this is fucking perfect, dude. I was just like, wow. This game is a fucking 20 out of 20, bro. Like they just nailed it with that part, bro. God, Athena's just sitting on the boat, just fucking fire, bro.
I didn't
Spoiler
even swing
alert.
my weapons. I was like this, like this whole time, just in shock. Like, did that just fucking happen? And then the fucking beats keep happening. Like, okay, I guess I'm playing. And then fucking it just, holy shit, the Blades of Chaos are here. You know what I mean? But it also it raised that question: did he keep the other weapons? Because that's another thing that I wish they would have kept.
I hope they dive into more weapons. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
I want one more weapon.
Yes.
Please let us use Mjolnir. Can we use Mjolnir? Can we use some shit like that? You know what I mean? Or are they going to do some shit where you play as Atreus and Atreus uses me? You know what I'm saying? Why not?
Bro, we're not even thinking that God of War. Yo, you understand God of War is coming out this year, bro. Think about that, bro. Think about God of War about to drop, bro. Bro, we got Elden Ring, fucking Horizon, God, like Callisto, like, bro. Last of Us, watch out, buddy.
Last of Us, and it's funny because a lot of people, Last of Us, and we're not going to go down that road again. But if you play
please don't.
No, right? But if you play that game right now, honestly, I don't care. I've played that game. I've beaten it now. I don't know 4 or 5 times, and I'm still shocked at how amazing this game looks.
It's incredible.
So
bro.
when you say that, Blaze, you're right, and I mean we're just getting into it too. I don't know if you guys are into it, but Valkyrie Elysium's coming out. Then you've got, of course, even Modern Warfare 2, let's be honest.
Facts.
That's going to be an unbelievable campaign to run through. Not to mention Warzone 2 and things like that are coming out. Callisto, we got God of War. This year is Gotham Knights. It depends on what you're into. But these games are...
You had me to you said Gotham Knights.
Oh,
yeah. I was like this with you.
So let's talk about that for a minute. You guys think Gotham Knights is that's a pass? Is that a pass for you guys?
Bro, that's a fucking Tom Brady, bro. That's a touchdown, buddy.
That's a massive.
Okay, good. Wait.
No, well, listen. I play Saints Row, so I'm not going to be too critical because I played and beat Saints Row, but Strictly also gave me the code because I would,
Wow.
But listen, Gotham Knights. I don't know. What do you think? I'll let you guys do it. So, what do you guys think of Gotham Knights?
I don't like the animations I'm seeing right now. I think some of that stuff looks but they're saying that they were done deliberately. So then you almost got to try it out, give it a shot.
They're saying it looks like an old I don't think the graphic. I'm sorry to cut you off. I don't think the graphics are the problem. Like I keep hearing people saying, "Oh, it looks dated."
Yeah, that's what I keep hearing. It looks dated.
It looks fine.
It don't look too dated,
I think it looks fine.
Yeah,
it's combat. Combat don't look too good for me. I don't like the fact that the immersion is immediately beaten because when you're playing as Batman or in this case Robin or Nightwing or Red Hood.
Red Hood, yeah.
First of all, the last thing you want to see as you going through the city is a fucking number indicator over somebody said, let them know they're too much.
Yeah, but that's a style. I don't like that Red Hood can't kill. I don't like that they're not real bullets and Red Hood's good. Like
rubber bullets. Yeah.
First of all, like, come on, man. It's like,
yeah. There's definitely some questionable stuff there. I don't know. Well, let's talk about this then.
I don't even like the designs of Mr. Freeze. Remember that his design? I don't even like Mr. Freeze's design or none of that shit. It just I'm not feeling like at all. I would appreciate if it was something more grounded, like Quarter Owls or something, and more creative in that particular way.
Well, so what about the release date of it? It's early. I believe it's early to mid-October.
I
mean,
they might got a good slot. They might have a good slot.
Maybe a better slot.
It's between. I mean, I don't know how many people are going to pick up the Valkyrie Elysium. That's a JPRG type of game. That's one set of a crowd of gamers. But you really got everybody waiting all the way till Modern Warfare 2.
Yeah.
So if this thing
Modern Warfare 2 drop,
28th of October.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So if this thing drops 2-3 weeks before, people are antsy to play a new game. Facts. And let's be honest, I'll say one thing about this game. We can say whatever we want. I don't think anything you guys said was wrong, by the way. I don't think anything you said was wrong. I will add something, though. The fact that this game was built with an untethered system and you could play with your buddy and play co-op.
And be far away as you want. Right, I like that.
Like, trust me when I tell you that's got something right now because there's not many games that offer that.
Right.
Yeah. So it's in the Arkham world. You know what I'm saying? It's just it's there. There's stuff there that's maybe enough to rope people in. I'm not saying it's going to get bit. May not get Blaze, but I think it's got some legs. I think it can.
It might get me, dude. If there's nothing to play, it might fucking get me, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro.
I don't even like the fact that it's multiplayer. I don't even like that.
Bro,
no, you
because
don't like that.
Because when you see Gotham, listen. I want those developers to make me a fucking Batman game. I don't want to play as Batman's little B-side character. I want to play as fucking Batman. But
right.
Listen, it's co-op. You could get a couple weeks out of, like Moose said, the time slot. You can get a couple weeks out of it.
I'm telling you, Blaze, that's those impulse buys. I'm telling you right now, everybody's gonna be sitting there that Friday night it launches, right? And you're gonna have a little too much to drink. Maybe I will buy that game. You know what I mean?
You'll get that itch to try it. You'll see everybody playing it, or impulse buy. That's what it's called, impulse buy.
Impulse buy, FOMO, whatever you want to call it these days, but it's out there, man. It's out there. And I think the time slot. So if it creeps
let me
up,
ask you this though.
Go ahead.
Throw this at you.
Yeah.
Because you said you're gonna buy that. Now, are you gonna show that same type of energy towards Forspoken?
Yes, I'm buying Forspoken day one.
You're about
absolutely.
Yeah, because a lot of people are like, I feel like that game's just being. You know what I mean? Like,
now I'm gonna make. So now, Blaze,
of course, Red Hood's buying fucking Gotham Knights. She's playing Red Hood. Red
Hood's like, come on, Red Hood. I was like, I would think so. Blaze might leave the show after this, and Bit might fall out of his chair. But like honestly, so Gotham Knights, that I'm in your boat for the most part. Where this is a try for me. I want to try it out. Forspoken, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm excited to play that game. I understand what people are saying with the dialogue, but look at the action. Look at the powers, the mystical world, and the ability to leap from one mountain to the other. I don't know. There's shit there that I think it's unique.
I think she's a way more interesting character than Aloy. I'll give her that right away. Like I'm more likely to like her than Aloy. So
1000%.
Yeah. And I haven't seen a lot of Forspoken. I've kind of thrown shade at it. No, I haven't seen a lot of it.
Traversal's cool. It's got like a lot.
Traversal's good, right? There seems to be a ton of like powers, weapons, things like that. I don't know where the story's gonna go quite yet, but yeah.
You know what it is though? Like like when how they show bits and pieces of the game, like sometimes it looks good, and then there's other parts they keep showing that just don't look, as refined. It's like, why is it not? You know what I mean? Why is it not the same? It looks awkward in certain spots. But I don't know. I am interested to see how it does and what is the big deal, because the powers are the best part about that game. Like all the elemental stuff does look good. So I gotta see more. But what's that other game that's like Gotham Knights? What the fuck's it called?
What, it's coming out this year or next year?
Next year, but it was supposed to come out this year. It's the kind of it's not in the Gotham. It's in the other universe.
What?
With the shark dude. I can't even think of the fuck.
That was Suicide Squad.
Suicide Squad. That looks better than Gotham Knight. A lot better to me.
And that's made ironically.
That's me. I look at what's wrong with your face. What happened?
Right.
Who made that?
What's the name?
Who's making Suicide Squad?
Suicide Squad is the guys who did Arkham Asylum. Fucking that team.
So the Batman game.
Yeah, they're the ones who did the original Batman.
The original one, yes.
Yeah, they did all of them pretty much.
I'm not gonna lie to you. So, Blaze, this is one thing I don't agree. Like, to me, Suicide Squad. You know what it looked like? It looked like Suicide Squad dropped in Sunset Overdrive.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't think it looked that good. I really didn't. I mean, I can see more.
After seeing the movie and shit like that, I'm curious if they're gonna have like all that crazy gore, like for the shark and all that. Because
they probably will. They probably will.
Because they got what's his name as the villain. I don't know if you remember in the trailer that we saw for it. It's Superman. So we're going after Superman.
Oh, okay. So but I can't really say. Listen, Gotham Knights is by no means on my top 5 of this year, right? I'm just saying it for me. I'm going to be done. I'll platinum The Last of Us Part 1, right? I'll be all caught up in Destiny. I'm just trying to think of the time frame, right? I am gonna pick up Valkyrie Elysium. I want to just that's a slow burn for me. I don't care if that takes me 6 months to beat. You know what I mean? That's just something I kind of poke at. You just kind of deal with it. But I think Gotham Knights will hit that mid-October where I'm itching to play Modern Warfare 2 and I got nothing new. And then all it's gonna take is even Red Hood 420 in the chat being like, "Yo, Mooks, let's jam out through this." I'll be like, "Yo, bro, I'm down. I'll play. Let's go." And all of a sudden
by the way, Red Hood's a sellout because he said, "How long did you say he wasn't gonna buy it?"
What did he say?
I said Red Hood's a little sellout because for the longest time, I'm not buying the game. He's like, "Oh, I'm all in. Hey, I see you."
Listen, if there's a guy named Blaze with fucking 2 handguns, maybe I would play it too.
I'm curious to see what people say here.
Oh, it's definitely gonna be Suicide Squad all across.
You think it'll be Suicide Squad across
Yeah,
the
dude.
board? We
People
didn't see
hate,
anything.
listen. People don't like. Listen, people were fucking with Suicide. That's what I got. That people
looks
like
good.
Suicide Squad and hated Gotham Knights. That's what I got. The
You know
only
what
person I
also-
know that likes Gotham Knights is Persona. He's like literally the only person I know
No,
that promoted
Persona's on it big time, and so I think Barry is too.
Barry. Well, they kind of stick together on that note.
What was the other thing they did too for it? That it was in that Avengers game. Y'all remember how they were switching between the characters? They were doing it seamlessly. They actually perfected that. And Rocksteady perfected that in the Suicide Squad game. So I'm curious about that game. I really am, like what they're gonna do. So
Yeah.
So Mooch,
Yes.
this is where I was getting at. Then Big Cloud changed the topic.
Yes.
So you've been on YouTube for a long time.
That's right.
I gotta know, like, because I'm interested in this. Any fake people, any backstabs, you don't gotta get into names. You've been all right, huh?
I'll be honest with you. I'll be honest with you. No, it's been great. But the thing about it is,
you're a likable guy, though, Mooch.
But it goes back to what I first said, though, Blaze. Your first question of the night kind of ties right back into this one. You know, I love podcasts. Like, if I didn't do it, I wouldn't do 46, 47, 48 episodes a year. Like, I truly love it. So, like, for me personally, and you can see, and I think Bit being here is actually a great example. Like, to be able to reach out, and Bit's been on my show for years now. Mm-hmm. And the thing about it is like, I know this. I'm very grateful. Blaze, you came on the show a few weeks ago. I'm grateful for you guys to come on the show. So, like, you know, you can't have a show where you depend and you need guests and you need people that are also in the know, right? So there's a respect factor that goes back and forth. In the world of YouTube, I've had no issues with that because, like I said, if anyone's ever done anything for me, I make sure that I try to pay it back tenfold. Listen, Blaze, just another example this week, right? Like, I'm doing 3-4 podcasts this week, not even my own. Like, I will always come on a show. You need me, I'll be there. Even last week, Blaze, when I couldn't make this show, it killed me. It killed me that I couldn't make it. I was like, yo, bro, I will. He goes, are you going to be here next week? I said 1,000%. And I was ready to go this morning.
No, I understood, bro. It's all good, man.
The thing is like, I've never had that issue because I don't really, you guys see me, you guys follow me on Twitter. I really don't get into that part of it. I enjoy talking games. I like having fun. I do throw my takes out there. I've had people say, hey, Mooch, hot take. That was terrible. Okay, fine. You don't agree with me. I'm not, and I prefer you don't agree with me. Because if I had a show where I had 8 people on that just agreed with me, it's a 15-minute show.
Well, no, that's an echo chamber. The fuck, nobody wants to hear an echo
That's
chamber.
why I started the show called Crossfire. You know, even when it was back in the day, like, I wanted someone to come on and actually give me some shit. Say, Mooch, I think I see where you're coming from, but I really don't agree with you on this. And the thing is if you make a good point, you'll change my mind. If not, well, that's when I get a little loud. You know what I mean? It is what it is. So, but yeah, no, I love this too much to do that. I think I got friends on both sides of the console war, and it's fine. There's certain people that go, oh, Mooch, you know, I liked it when you were pro Xbox, now you're pro. It's not that I'm pro this or I'm pro that.
You were pro Xbox, huh?
Absolutely, back in the day.
That's why I didn't like that.
But if you think about it, but if you stop and think about it, though, guys, and I mean, listen, you guys we've talked about this. You go back to the Xbox One launch, right? Coming home, whether you like them or not. You had Forza 5, you had Dead Rising 3, you had Rise, Son of Rome, right? Shortly thereafter, you had Titanfall. Shortly thereafter that, you had Killer Instinct. Then after that, you had Rise of the Tomb Raider exclusive, right? And then you had Sunset Overdrive, which you stole Insomniac over to make a game. Listen, all I'm saying is this. I've always gone where the games are. And right now, when you get to the middle of last generation, when I think Microsoft kind of took their foot off the pedal, all the way till here, right? We can't say they started putting it on. People like, well, Mooch, you can't say that. They just bought 85 different companies. Listen to me. If your boss comes up to you in the middle of the day and goes, Blaze, what have you done today? And you're like, well, I did buy lunch. That ain't you didn't do anything. They bought a lot of companies, but we haven't played any of them. So it's like, my point is until the games come out, since the middle of last gen, the PS4, that's where the games are, you know? And
yeah, but like, hold on, real quick. I love your rant, but listen.
Sure.
You hear the Xbox launch, right?
Right.
They go on E3, TV, Connect being forced. It's a shittier console, no use games, and you still were all in.
Yeah, because let's be honest, how can I not be all in when everybody right now I talk to is 90% digital? This was the future. I've always been a huge
That was
fan
in
of
2013 too.
Yeah, but the thing is, let me go back to 2007. I bought the iPhone the day it came out in 07. The day it came out. You know what everyone told me where I work? You're crazy. Glass, that breaks. You drop it once. Where's the keyboard? My thumbs are too big. You can't use that little screen. That'll never pick up, right? Dude, I've always felt like to move towards the direction of good technology. There's shitty technology, but good technology. The same thing people were saying and making fun of Kinect. That's fine. You don't like Kinect. I'm not talking you into it. But now everyone's got Google Home. They got Alexa in every room.
Alexa integrated,
right?
Yep.
Everything. Yeah. You're talking to everything. Yes, Microsoft was ahead of this. Where Microsoft faltered wasn't Kinect. They faltered on their marketing. It was horrible.
Dude,
horrible.
Not only that, though, they had one asshole who was horrible. Remember Adam Orff? Mr. Hashtag deal with it. That fucking guy.
Oh, you remember that?
He killed the fucking console before it even took off.
What's his name? Killed it.
Yeah. Oh, you talking about the other dude?
Don Matrick.
Don Matrick. With
Donnie?
Matrick. Oh, yeah.
I thought you're talking about Bit. Were you talking about Larry when he said to Angry Joe?
No. Adam Orff. You remember Adam Orff?
I don't. I apologize.
The dude that was on Twitter, the one that was like, "Hey guys, first of all, it's the future that we're doing."
When was this though?
Like
Big Clown.
It was during the launch. Before
had to be 13 then, yeah.
It was during there before the launch. He was sitting there going, hashtag deal with it if you don't like it or something.
Ooh.
Yeah.
The other issue is this. Now Microsoft
was like, PlayStation, that's how we deal with it. And he fucking deleted his Twitter.
putting the Kinect in the box, we can question that all day. But the one thing you should have given people was the option with a UI that it worked with the Kinect or without. It took them all last generation to change the code to get the Kinect out of it. even though they pulled it out of the box in 14 when Phil took over, it still took them, Blaze, till like
they said it couldn't be done. You remember?
Yeah.
I got news for you. Even at it was still a wonky UI. A lot of people even now, right? That was my other thing. Listen, I've been buying consoles since the day of the SNES, right? Hear me out real quick, guys. When you go get a console, there's a few things you love. You love a new UI, you love new games. That's what you went and bought the box for. And with the Series X for me, I bought it day one. We're a gamer. I'm going to play. I'm going to be there with everybody. Your friends are on there. It's fine.
Remember the start screen when you first launched that Series X? When you got it day one? Like, welcome, had like a little celebration.
Yeah, celebration.
They did it for the PlayStation 5. I'm like, damn, why aren't these the fucking startups like out the gate? Like, why aren't these?
Exactly. I don't know why. But the thing about it was that the UI on the Series X was the same as my Xbox One X. Yep. And they told me basically enjoy the games you were playing with a little bit better resolution. And I'm like, but that's not like thrilling, right?
That's not new.
It's not new. It's not thrilling. So like that's why I've always gone to that. And like PlayStation, yeah, you can make fun of the look of it, but it's funky. It's different. It catches everyone's attention. The minute anyone comes into anyone's house, like, what the fuck is that? Now everyone's like, oh shit, you got a PS5, right? And then there's the controller.
I don't like the PS5 UI though. BT-Dub, I don't.
You
like the PS5? Revert back.
You say you don't like the PS5?
I like the PS4 UI way better. Themes, all that.
Okay, so themes
I like the PS5 version. I like the PS5 version than over the PS4 because I didn't like obviously it's both of those are better.
I'm not talking performance because that shit struggle.
Performance is fine on the PS. It's like perfect on PS5, but yeah, I do agree though. Themes should be the
100%.
I don't know why that's not even here. Like, just like I don't understand why we have a wish list. Like,
and you can't give people,
but you can't give people.
Why can't you give somebody?
I don't get it. I don't get that shit either. I don't get that. So,
but I will say this much. So, Blaze, if and when, because it's going to happen, when themes comes back to PS5, and we can finally hold down the PlayStation button to shut it off, right? Right?
Because you were fucking. Listen, I don't give a fuck if you were on PS4 heavy that gen. You fucking held that button and hit the fucking power button. That's it. Like everybody did it.
That's what you do.
That shit pissed me off.
Was it the quick access? They made it easier. It was the quick access little menu that just pops up and go. Okay,
they just had a huge firmware update today. Why is it not there? I don't get it. But my point is, so
I love the defense force though. Oh, you guys are just too fucking lazy. Try to be like asshole. No, it was just we're used to fucking simplicity. That's what the fuck we're used to. Right. That's all it is.
I know it's a bad example because we don't even use keys in cars anymore. But it's like if they put the keyhole on the left side. Like, what the fuck are you doing? It's like what? Why? Just tell me why. I don't care. If you got a good reason, I'll listen. You know what I mean, Ben? I'm like,
that'd be so fucking weird, bro. That'd be so weird.
You're like, what the fuck's the key? Oh,
why'd you do that? But yeah, but Blaze, honestly, if they change those two things, I think your opinion changes a little bit on the UI, because the UI is pretty good. They've made the activity. This firmware update we got today, man, that was really good. The activities now launch right next to it. You don't have to like push down to look where you are in the activity. Wherever you leave off, boom. It's their version of like a quick resume.
They already had something similar in the beta.
And then, all right, then you had it. Yeah.
Yeah. No. Listen, I like it. I just want more. I just want
if you like the
more
better,
customization. You see, Mooch. Go look at Mooch's. Listen, I didn't know Mooch had a beautiful, badass setup with a PC. What he's looking at, he's got 3 monitors with the Mooch. Then he's got the Nano Leaf lights.
Yes, I got the same ones that Blaze has.
Right, in orange, and it makes a big M. It's fucking. I'm like, yo,
when we were talking about you too, bit before the show started. I said I want to get you and BG got those. What are those called? Those are these are the lines. They call them lines.
Yeah, I just put them up today.
Yeah, so Blaze was saying back there where I got that picture frame. He's like, dude, I was like, well, he goes, you got to put the nanos over there. I'm like, I actually want to do what BG and Bit got and put the lines back there.
These are pretty fucking badass. Like literally, you can just keep expanding upon them as you go. You can legit highlight that entire setup easier than what you think. Like it's so.
That's what I like about it. I mean, even the ones that Blaze has that I have right here, you guys can't see them. They're off camera. But I sent Blaze a picture of it. Those are easy as well to set up. It's just that because they come in squares or triangles, it's a little more cumbersome to make a design or to say you just want to put them anywhere.
I've expanded on this 1,000, bro. I only had 7. Now I got like 51. I don't know how many I got.
Probably like another box.
How many you got?
There's probably like 16 of them or something.
Oh shit!
Like that.
I don't have that many.
You got like 14.
Yeah, 14. But it's cool. Listen, there was one point when I don't know who. I think it was TechSource. That's what I see. TechSource had this shit in the background, and the comment section's like, "Yo, what the fuck are those in the background?" And he linked it. I said, "Nanoleaf." I clicked it, and it said $250. And I said, "Fuck that."
Yo, they're crazy expensive.
Fucking expensive as fuck, bro. But
they can go on the
quality,
roof,
bro.
like, holy shit. Like,
bro, they're so bright. They're so seamless with the app.
No, listen, I totally recommend them as well. But I got to say this much. So I saw the price like you saw, Blaze, right? So what do? I take the YouTube and I put Nanoleaf and I'm like, maybe competitor. And it's a bunch of these people being like, you don't need to pay Nanoleaf prices.
This is your own.
Make your own. Dude, wait a minute. Make your own. I'd rather build a car. Dude, I got news for you. This dude did a 40-minute video, but you should have seen the arts and crafts, like the station he had. It's unbelievable. I was like, who the fuck's doing this?
Nobody.
Who's doing this? I'm like, yes, you're right. Nanoleaf is way overpriced. Guess what? I'm not. I don't do arts and crafts. I can't do this. Like,
and BG had bought one of those. I think he bought one of those. He's like, Blaze, I'm going to buy these. I said, listen, those ain't Nanoleaf. He's like, yeah, but they can change colors with an app. I said, BG, they're not Nanoleaf. That's all I'll say to you. The quality is going to be really fucking shitty. They'll probably be laggy, not bright. He ends up reaching out to him.
I turned these fucking things on the highest earlier. These fucking things lit up my entire room, changed the whole fucking thing. And mind you, everything's off.
I'm not going to lie. Yeah, that's the first thing that gets me about those, the intensity of those. Now, you can turn the intensity down.
Absolutely, yeah.
But, so BG, same thing with his setup. He was like, I was looking to illuminate the room. And he kept his. I don't think his were on max either. His were on medium.
Mine's are on 5%. Literally, they're on 5%.
Mine are also like not. They're like dim. I don't have them like bright at all. Because in all honesty, if you put them on bright, like it's kind of overkill.
It is.
Oh, yeah.
No, they're great products. I really recommend them, man. I really, really do.
And they're cool. LEDs too, so they work with the app on your phone. You can hook them up. I have all of my Nanoleaf stuff hooked up to my Stream Deck.
Bro,
so I change all the colors right on the Stream Deck. You got it too? Okay, you got it. Yeah.
Yeah, right there. See it? See the little logo?
Yep. Yeah, you're cool. You actually have the logo. I got to download the logo.
I'll send it to you. I made it.
Oh, did you? Okay, I was going to say, I just have Nano. That's all it says.
No, they're fucking awesome. But, about what you were saying, you've gotten so many episodes. I think you have a great show. But, see, you have to, like you said, if you want the hot topics out, you got to kind of rub shoulders with people. You got to.
But that's the thing, though. But, Blaze, we're doing podcasting, right? We're doing the show. But the thing about it is like, no matter what you tune into that's a live show, if that person doesn't have a guest on, or something, or they're not juggling, they're not doing something to entertain. Like, that's the thing. So I think that it's networking to a sense. You have to be able to reach out to people. You have to be able to communicate. And like I said, I think in my personal experience, everyone's got a different show. My show, personally, I really like to bring different personalities on. And like Blaze, when you were on the show, you know, everyone would consider you a Sony guy. Okay, fine, that's fine, right? You've come out and said, hey, listen, you want to categorize me as that? Fine. Meanwhile, you own everything. You play everywhere too. But at the same time, then I had some guys on the show that were Xbox guys. And we had a conversation. It's not like you can't have this conversation. I don't really want to have just one show with just everyone agreeing, or just a show where it's just me ranting.
A circle jerk.
Yeah. So I like that. I really like that interaction. So I think that, yes, it is. To answer your question in a long, long way is, yes, I think you do need to network and have people that are willing to come on the show and maybe step out of their comfort zone.
Yeah, see, for me, it has nothing to do with Xbox or PlayStation. I don't care if he's an Xbox, he wants to come on. I got no problem with that. It's about, am I going to have chemistry with this person? One, are they going to bring any type of value to the show? If they can bring something, if they can be informative in any way, sure. I don't care if you're a small channel, big channel. I don't care about none of that.
Oh, it doesn't matter. Absolutely. Right? That means nothing. No,
but it's almost like Mooch, I feel weird I feel weird asking people sometimes, like you know what I mean, like
to come on the show.
Yeah, like I just don't. Listen, I don't like fake people, bro. I just don't like. I see a lot. Listen, sometimes I wish I could see through different lenses because I see people for who they are. Like Mooch, somebody's gonna value Mooch. If your channel was dead, let's say you got, you average 10 viewers. Do you think you still be held up in this high regard as Mooch the Great? I don't think you would be, because that's how people view people on YouTube. They view you for what you can offer them. Oh, Mooch got a good following. He's got he's got a lot of fans. I just feel like that's wrong. People shouldn't judge you off what you can, like what your YouTube subs are, or how many followers you got. That's ridiculous.
Let me tell you why you're right. Okay, let's be honest. So, like you never know when you're going to find somebody with amazing talent. I going by views or subscriptions. Like, first of all, thank you for the compliment, Blaze, but I have a very small channel. You know what I mean? Yeah. But I appreciate the compliment. It's very nice of you. No, I mean that wholeheartedly. But what I'm saying to you is that, someone gave me a chance, and it's like, shout out to Next Gen 720s. Like, he's just one of the most entertaining and one of the most I don't know how many people know Zair's one of the best people on YouTube, period. Like, he's just an amazing guy. Like, he really is. He's funny. He's entertaining. Gave me a shot. But my point is like, I didn't even have a YouTube channel. So why wouldn't I give somebody a shot? Like, it doesn't matter. I had 2 people on recently. They don't even have a YouTube channel. Like, let them have a chance to speak their mind, and you might actually, this goes for me, not the audience, it goes for me. You might actually learn something, And I like to get a difference of opinion. Sometimes you have somebody on, you're like, okay, I don't agree with that. It's just I hear you, but I don't agree with it.
I don't want them to agree with me, brother. Yo, I'm not saying like I don't want somebody to come on and say, "Oh, Blaze, nice dick." Look, I'm not saying. Listen, I just Mooch. Even Rev told me, Blaze, I'm stubborn. Don't be like me. Reach out, expand, get mad guests, do all that. So I've been doing that, but it's out of my. It's out of your
comfort zone.
Because I like, if you're my boy, I got no problem chatting with you all day, bro. I'll talk to you for fucking 5 hours. But if I don't really know you, it's like, so I got to kind of work my way out of that. You know what I mean? And listen,
absolutely.
I'm a small channel, like you said. Like you say, how many subs you got, Mooch?
It's like 10, I don't know, 10,900. I don't know, 10,900, 11,000, something like that.
Okay.
I really don't look at that. People go, you don't look at that. I'm like, dude, if you build it, they will come. That's the way I feel.
Facts.
And if I do a good job, you'll come. If I do a bad job, you won't. That's just how it goes. I've always felt like that. That goes for my day job. It goes for podcasting. It goes for anything, So
but what I was trying to say is, though, you might have a small channel, but when you averaging 300-400 and plus numbers, right? Live viewers, and I see other channels that have 50,000 subscribers, and I'm only bringing this up because they'll have 50K subs and they got Blaze 4K numbers. It don't make sense. That's why I'm saying, like, your consistency, the fact that you have different type of people on every week, no matter what. I'll click on, you'll have somebody complete. There are people I've been on your podcast twice. I've met a bunch of new people all the time. Like that's how you got a network. And I like I said, Mooch, when it comes to a radio personality, bro, your voice, how you run it, I'm telling you, I've always given you that credit. But for me, I gotta fucking get out of that. Thank you, Big Cloud. Thank you for that. No, it's
Thank you
just
for
Big
that,
Cloud
Big
feels the
Cloud.
same way I do, bro. Yo, listen,
thank
when you
you.
get burnt so many times on YouTube,
Yep.
what
Yeah.
do I mean by burnt, Mooch? Big Cloud show got 500, 600 viewers live, right? All of a sudden, we make a transition. We kick somebody off the show. Now we don't got those same numbers. All of a sudden, people that you usually see regular that are YouTube personalities,
Yeah.
they stop showing up. You don't think I noticed that or Big Cloud noticed that? Like, it's hard not to notice that. Like, oh, where the fuck? So that's all I'm saying. You know, it's just unfortunate.
I understand where you're coming from. I think, the one thing, though, you said, this is a word you just said, and it really strikes deep with me, is the word consistency. The fact is Bit and you, now with Hunter and
Reddit.
Is it Red?
Reddit, yeah, he's Fire Show.
I didn't know Red was on. I
See,
didn't
Red,
know.
see?
I didn't know Red was on the show. I did not know.
Yeah, he cleans up after the show.
Oh, yeah.
The busboy.
But consistency is key. I think that a lot of times people will say, well, I'm taking this Friday off, or I'm taking this day off, or I'm taking this week off.
You can't do it.
You can't. Unfortunately, I hate to say that. Like, that's the only bad news I have for anybody that wants to get into doing podcasting.
The wild part is, like, and I agree completely, because we've been down this so many times. We've seen how competitive the shit is. But honestly, I've gotten to that point where I don't really rely so on just YouTube itself. You already see where all the connection I made on the side. I don't need YouTube just for this stuff. And that's what it is. But
yeah, but what's your end goal, Big? Your end goal is to be somewhere where you're respected by your peers. You know what I mean? And like, bro, like I said, Big Cloud, a lot of shit you're doing, nobody's doing, bro. Like, nobody's getting developers from Blue Point, developers that work on certain Ratchet and Clank.
Bit, talk about networking. Bit's the king. Bit knows.
But here's the wild part. You said respected by your peers. I already am, dude. You don't even know.
But that's all. But that's my point. You want to be respected by your peers.
We got
Big Cloud. That's the whole point. If you're not respected by your peers, then why are you doing it? Like, you know what I mean? Like, you want to have some sort of, like, everybody says, oh, I don't give a fuck about that. I don't care about views. You do care somewhat. You do. Like, absolutely everybody cares about it.
Absolutely, no, Blaze.
They don't. They need to stop.
I thought. Well, the only thing is, I think it comes. It's twofold though, because you're right. Bit and Blaze, you're kind of hitting the nail on the head here. You do care about views, because let's be honest, if you're going to get on and you're going to do 47 shows a year or 50 shows a year, and 2 people show up, you might as well just open the window and scream out loud, right?
Exactly.
So, right? I mean, what are you doing on the air? But at the same time, though, I do have to say,
you got to start from somewhere.
You got to start somewhere, and you don't let views and subscriptions, like subscribers, those tallies, those numbers. Listen, Blaze,
there was take over you. You have to put in the effort. Just put the work. I mean,
there was a pizza place that was down the road from me. I'm talking about ages ago. Now you guys got to hear me out on this. Mom and pop shop.
Oh, you don't know it's authentic.
Well, but I'm
always getting me fucking hungry with his food analogy.
Blaze, dude, I'm starving, and I can't eat till tomorrow. Italians can't eat after 8 o'clock. We turn into gremlins. You can't do it. I want to do it so bad. But Blaze, you go down this pizza place, and I'm not knocking it. It was okay, but it wasn't great pizza. But hear the story out. I don't care if it was 2 o'clock in the morning, Bit. They would send you a pizza in 15 minutes, and it was hot, and it was just made. You might tell me, Mooch, I don't like this pizza, but guess what? 2 o'clock in the morning, we're eating that pizza because it's dependable. Every time we call, they pick up the phone. They're there in 15 minutes, and it's a hot pie. It's nice. That's what I'm trying to say to you. So the one thing that people really like when they start to enjoy your content is your dependability. And I say that to people all the time. I'm like, just do me a favor. Because people write me, they say, Mooch, what should I do? I say, get some decent equipment. Don't worry about the video. Someone told me that a long time ago. Bad video, people will watch. Bad audio, people will leave.
They will not watch.
Exactly. They will not.
This is always, I tell people this all the time.
Audio's everything.
Fucking priority first. Don't worry about the camera. Don't worry about the fucking
Don't worry about that stuff.
Worry about getting that audio. If they start hearing crackling, they start hearing fucking
They're
static,
gone.
They're the fuck gone.
They're gone. And can you blame them? It's like nails on a chalkboard. So you're out,
like,
right?
Oh, remember how YouTube used to have them lame ass video response feature? You know, so they just respond, and they had them fucking static shit. Like,
I like that though. I like the video response.
Shit.
I
there
like
was always
that.
some asshole like a shitty mic like this. Yeah, I disagree with your video because you did it. I'm like, dude, could you fucking get a better mic? Please? I can't even fuck your.
I can't hear you.
I hate your fucking video. You hate you. How about you sit your goofy ass fuck down and get some match quality? How about that? Fuck.
I remember back in the day, the old school stuff that I used to watch, and some of the podcasts I was even on really, really early on. Like people would still be like either gaming or have TV, or they would be podcasting right in the middle with their family.
Yeah,
like
they would be like multitask. Like,
there's a whole lot going on, and it was like I can't hear Blaze, I can't hear him. There's like kids crying, and there's a fire truck, and I don't know what's going on.
And then they start doing the
fire truck.
You know what I mean? There's all kinds of shit happening.
Yeah,
one time I asked somebody, I was on a podcast with somebody. I'm like, "Are you podcasting in traffic?" I'm like, "What is that noise?" He's like, "Yeah, I'm in my car." I'm like, "We can wait till you get home." I can't even hear her.
Exactly.
He had the window down. I mean, it was wild. Those were back in the day. I mean, this is like a long time ago. But I mean, yeah, things have changed now. Now people really, and the audience cares, you know, because of the pandemic, this has become a lot of people, me included, by the way. You know, they say I'm not just the president, I'm a client. I also watch people's shows. I enjoy it. But the one thing I need is I just need good audio. I think audio is very important. And shout out to BitCloud. BitCloud's been very great. Him and Hustle Motivate have been the two guys I've been going to for a lot of the audio stuff. You guys have been awesome to help me out, and I appreciate it thoroughly.
Count to me. Forget Hustle now.
Shout out to Hustle.
We ought to upgrade it to like. It's crazy how far we've come in terms of like equipment. Because I remember we used to just do this shit with headphones like this or fucking just regular.
Yes,
you remember those fucking.
Or we just using our gaming headsets.
Not just that though. What's that other fucking headset? That little mic. It's the one everybody starts off with.
Snowball.
The Snowball,
or the it was another one though.
Blue Yeti.
The Blue Yeti.
Everybody
talks about Blue Yetis. They think they're
that's what I had.
Yeah, but those mics are quality. They'll get you
off with those though, right? But as we got more and more confident with this shit, you know what I mean? Like it's just like you start going, damn, you know what? How do I fucking
Blue Yeti's fine, dog. That'll
Blue
get
Yeti
you.
is if you got a Blue Yeti, you're in good shape.
You're in good shape. Come on, man. Like
you're in good shape.
Yo, we start to get fucking fluctuated with prices and the fancy shit, but that shit sounds fine, dude. I'm telling you.
It does.
But it's not required. I'm gonna tell you now. Like all the crazy you see Mooch got, you don't really need. I would just say just get a Blue Yeti or something. You
get a Blue Yeti,
and that's it. Have fun with it.
It's nice affordable. Layout, it sounds good. It looks good too. You know what I mean? Let's be honest. But I just had somebody on the show a few weeks ago. Was it a few weeks ago? A few months ago? I can't remember. And what were they using? I think they were still using a gaming headset, and you can hear that difference. It wasn't bad. It wasn't crackling, but they sounded distant. They sounded far away. And I see the chat immediately. I knew it. You do it this long, right? You guys know this. You see the chat immediately. What do they say to me? Mooch, I can't hear your guest. I can't hear this guy. Yep. So what I do is
logically, you start going, okay, do I got to tweak this? I was like,
so I start tweaking everything, right? I start tweaking as much as I can. And you got to be careful because sometimes you tweak it so loud that then they come through like they're yelling through a tin can. So, you know, you got to, that's why I tell people all the time. I go, guys, it's not as easy as people always go, it's podcasting easy. I'm like, I don't just sit down on Friday and hit live.
I take it as a compliment, Mooch, when they say it's easy because we make it look because we're so used to the shit. But
you do get used to it.
It's not.
But it's not easy.
There are times where Discord might fuck up, and if you see this shit, it'll kick people out. Audio doesn't fucking connect. The cameras don't.
Bro, there's nothing like your fucking stream fucking up, bro. And you got people watching. You're like,
remember that shit? Remember that nightmare? We talked about that before. The nightmare when we
ain't gonna talk about it again either.
But we ain't gonna talk about it.
We had to keep rebooting that shit. It took like 6 reboots to get that shit to come out.
But it was a few crossfires ago when Microsoft put that Windows update through. Yeah. I didn't know what it. Well, I don't know. I don't know if it happened to you guys. So my OBS, I had to go into. I didn't know this till almost 3 or 4 minutes into the podcast. So the podcast is going live, and I'm trying to nobody can hear anything. And I had to go in, and I'm trying everything. I went through Discord. I went through everything I could think of. My regular, sound.
Wait, you were muted?
We were all muted. You know why?
All muted.
OBS put everything to default. It didn't have my SB 7B here. It didn't have that on there. It didn't have my headset. It wasn't reaching out to the right area. Nothing. It wasn't reaching out to the Astros. Everything was dead. And I'm like, what the fuck? I never touched OBS. Never. Yep. Those settings are done. That was my last place I looked. And luckily, thank God, it took about 4 or 5 minutes. Then I got it. and then we were able to do the show. But like those are the things that are like behind the scenes.
Yeah, I was getting
sucks.
bandwidth issues. I was like, "Hey, you need bandwidth?" I'm like, "Motherfucker, no, I don't. I have good
No.
fucking internet." Like, oh, God. So, oh, you need this? Okay, let me turn this up. It fucking fixed it. I was like, "Okay, finally." And I was like, "Okay, fine, awesome." But then fucking they couldn't hear us. Like, what the fuck's going on with this?
But Blaze is right. Nothing worse when you're doing a stream, man. You're doing a stream, right? You're on Twitch, you're on camera, and everyone sees you. It looks like you're in a little box of emotions. You know what I mean?
Speaking of camera, Mooch.
Yeah.
Why? You listen. I always listen.
Yes.
Big Cloud's on camera because of me and only me. But
Well,
I'll tell you this.
Partially because of Bit.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Well, I'm saying why I like shows. See, the interesting about your show is usually when I see logos light up, I'm like, man, I wish I could see Mooch. See, Mooch, your fucking passion.
Right.
You can see that shit. I can visually see your react. Like, bro, it hits differently.
I do. I'm very. I definitely. You could see my emotions on my face.
Have you ever thought about going to cameras or like too deep?
Yeah, talk to him about that. He actually was going to do one-on-ones.
Yeah, I'm going to do one-on-ones very soon. Actually, I should have one set up for the end of this month. I think with Crossfire, here's the deal. So people that are on Crossfire, my regulars that I have, they have no problem with camera. But like you said, Blaze, was the first question you asked me. It's the guests. So that for me to change my layout, get rid of that cam that I have, and then build it the way we've got like a situation like tonight.
Right.
And then I got three guys that are three people that don't want to do it. It looks mismatched.
It looks stupid. It does.
Yeah. So I either got to go all in
Especially
or I'm all out.
when they turn the cameras off and you got to refix. I hate that.
Right. Especially with OBS. Now that's what's great about StreamYard, like we're using right here. This does it. You click the button, bang. We fit in perfect. You don't have to move anything. You don't have to touch anything. If you want to go back and check my channel, Blaze, not to do a shameless plug, but the Xbox Bethesda showcase I did on StreamYard, everybody was on cam. We did a 3-hour show.
Yeah, so, they do a good job with the echo.
They do.
Like even Jay Barry, speaking of, shout out to Jay Barry, but I'm like, yo, you can come on the show. Oh, absolutely. I'll be there. I'm like, can you get on camera? He said, well, I'm getting my PC. I'm getting a new PC or a new setup. I said, all right, let me know.
Yep.
Let me know when you got that. Because, certain guests, like I want you to be on camera. It's not like listen, Luca's been on here before she was on camera. She had a logo. Right. There were certain people that I let slide because I'm like, you know what? It's all right. Fuck it. You know what I mean? Right. But it does. I love that seamless look.
You said that to me, and Bit was. You asked the question. I didn't even fully answer you, Blaze. You said who got you into it. BitCloud was definitely a big proponent of that, and the other one, believe it or not, he wasn't pushing me to do it, but it was Lord Addict from Iron Lord's podcast. Oh,
Gaming Addict, yeah,
Gaming Addict, because Addict came on the show a bunch of times, and we were just shooting the shit on Discord, and I noticed all of a sudden there's a floating like head. And I'm like, what the hell? He's like, oh, yeah, dude. He goes, honestly, he's like, I couldn't stand camera. And he goes, then Cognito got me into it. And he goes, I've never looked back. Now he goes, I feel weird if I'm not on camera.
Yeah, so, it's 90 Like, I'm so used to it. Like, I don't even think about like when I'm on.
I don't think about it either. I've been doing this now on camera for about, I don't know, about 6 months. But I do it on Twitch.
When you go live on Twitch, you use camera.
Yeah,
Big Cloud. When I first met Big Cloud, he was all just logo. I said, Big Cloud, bro, let's get cameras, man. Trust me, it's better. Let's get cameras.
It is better. It really is. First of all, it like you just said, you see the emotions, you see people's excitement on their faces, first of all. Number two, it gives the audience someone to you can connect a little bit better with your audience. Is how I'll put it. I think your audience appreciates it. And really, when it comes to gaming on Twitch, honestly, I streamed 90%. But I think you were in my bet. You were definitely in my chat. I platinum Bloodborne on Twitch, but I didn't have a camera then, and I did the entire game on Twitch, no cam, and I swear to you, Blaze, at least 15 times a stream, people are like, yo, you got to get on camera, dude. You got to get on camera. And what a difference it is that people want to show up and have a conversation with you while you're on cam versus just
because they have a face to talk to. That's what it is. They have
it is very. I just really think
when you die in Bloodborne and you fucking throw your phone like fuck. They want to see that shit.
Yeah, you should have seen people's reaction when Rev got up and fucking Falcon punched the chair when he died.
In Elden Ring.
It's like dog. People want to see that, so they want to see the frustration. I'm not saying you gotta be like El Prestador, shout out to Prestador. You throw everything in the fucking wall and break it, but I'm saying.
I think it's. Honestly, I do. I think it's. I would not recommend it to someone like you have to do it, right, Blaze? You said it yourself.
Yeah.
You're like, people can come on your show. You're not making it mandatory, but it was one of the first things you asked me, and I was like, yeah. Well, you knew I was going to say yes. I'm on Twitch. You came on my Twitch stream.
It wasn't even a thought, bro.
No, absolutely. Like I said, but I think that, I think for some people, I would tell them to do it gradually, see if it's something they feel comfortable with. Maybe do something in your comfort zone to start on cam and then build from there. But I do think eventually if it's something you want to do and you want to continue to do, I do think camera, especially because of the pandemic moved us like 10 years into the future. Because think about it, we were podcasting before the pandemic, right? Now everybody's podcasting. There's a podcast about sneakers, sports, video games,
stock market
crash, stock market raise, everything. So
we were pioneering. The gamers were pioneering that shit, man. Facts.
It really is true. I think the gamers were pioneering that. First of all,
you know what's wild about this shit, Mooch? You remember that fucking old camera? Remember this shit, right?
Which one? Oh,
this
the old
this fucking thing.
Oh yeah, my
when
God!
I first got on camera with this fucking thing, this shit was impossible to fucking find.
I was gonna say that's hard. It is hard to find.
Bro, he paid like $100. He paid an extra $30 for that camera just because you couldn't buy them in Corona.
Couldn't buy them anymore. Then I get a deal of a lifetime of being on camera for like a few months. Like, you know how shit works. Like a fucking Sony developer sells me this camera. Like, come on.
Yeah,
it's crazy. Let me get to these super chats. It's 11:50 people.
Oh my!
Yeah, that's on you. You son of a bitch. What are you doing,
bro? Good conversation. When it's a good con, you don't realize the time, bro. You don't.
Absolutely.
Magnum visuals with the 5. Yeah, Mooch, bro. Listen, when Mooch is here, it's listen. After Mooch's show, when you stay there for another 2 hours, that tells you everything you need to know because you're just
We did that.
We did that.
Did that. Blaze. Blaze bit. There was a Brap, a couple others. We were on the show ended at about 9:45, like 10 o'clock. So the show was like 11. The show was 3 hours, and then we stayed another hour and a half, 2 hours.
And plus, we did RGT before that. Shoot me.
And you did RGT.
Hey, RGT's over. I'm like, okay, guess I'm done for y'all. Fucking, I get the message.
The mooch symbol goes up in the air.
No, not just that. Though. I get the mooch symbol, but I get the big ass fucking tag on fucking Twitter. It says DM.
Oh yeah. Yo, Blaze, Blaze, I got called on that last week, dude. I type it. Was it you who called me out, Blaze? It was like, you, dude. It was you, dude. I do that because
Mooch wants your attention. Check your fucking DM. Like, check
DM. I'm like, yo, check the DMs, guys. Let's go.
That mafia shit. God damn it. I said DM. I paid you.
There's a special little like notification for the DMs. I'm like, how are people not seeing this bad boy?
Facts. Magnum Visual with the 5. Thank you, Magnum. By the way, thank you. I appreciate it, man. I see you every week. Appreciate you. He's like, I'm predicting God of War Ragnarok 89, scoring 93 based on what happened to Halo Infinite. That's a fact.
Scorn? I forgot all about Scorn.
I forgot.
Yeah, that's we'll see. We'll see. Yeah.
Torture.
It's got the weird guns, right?
Yeah, it's more like the guns are like live or made out of human flesh, some shit. It looked weird.
Is that coming out this year or next? Did I get delayed to 23 or no?
I think this year.
I don't
know.
This year. He said 93. So it probably is coming out this year. Scorn. He compared it to it.
Just Cause with the $13.99 Canadian. Yo, Just Cause, you already know about you. I don't even got to say shit to you. You said happy belated Blaze 4K. Yeah, it was my birthday, people, yesterday, September 6th. Appreciate all the birthday
he's now
wishes.
40. Make sure you guys,
I mean, listen, don't put me in that solid rev category.
Hey man, you already starting to transition. You got the camera angle. You know what I mean? You're in the gym.
No, we're good.
You already got the hats on. You gotta take the hats off.
Yeah, I wear my socks 24/7. You know what I mean?
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Socks and sandals. There you go,
bro. I love socks, bro. Shout out, yo. If you, facts though. I wear my socks, bro. Elden Ring greatness. Just waiting on God of War Ragnarok. All the other Sony games out this year will have to kneel to Kratos. Basically saying, Elden Ring is gonna get a nice seat to God of War. I don't know if that's gonna happen, but
I don't know about that. Elden Ring was a gem by itself. A lot of people were trying. You know what's funny? Dudes are trying to talk down about it. Graphics and shit like that. Saying, "Oh, it's a remaster." I'm like, dude, I saw some of the dumbest shit I ever saw for people.
Bro, if God of War steals Game of the Year from Elden Ring, I will be shocked. But Sekiro, just like Firm Software got some. They won Game of the Year before with Sekiro, and listen.
That's right.
Who thought 2018 was going to beat out Red Dead Redemption for Game of the Year? I mean,
no way.
As good as I thought God of War was, I just didn't see it because of the popularity of it and all that.
Rockstar
Rockstar cleaned house when they came to the awards at that show.
They did clean house, but they lost the big one.
They lost the big one, but everything else they fucking won. It was like
you guys ever feel like that though when you're watching that show? And 2018 is the best example. Once I saw Red Dead Redemption 2 cleaning up,
I knew God of War won.
Facts.
Yep. Facts. And that's bullshit.
It is bullshit. They're basically buying it. They're like, listen, we're giving you everything else, so don't get mad. We're not giving you the big one.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? It's
That's-
like
yeah.
I said it right when I saw it was Red Dead. I'm like, yo, this is going to God of War.
It's like
Because-
Christopher Judge versus what's the dude name who played
Arthur Morgan. I
fuck,
forget.
man. But I like
You'll
want
find
him
out
to play.
You'll find out this year, if at the Game Awards this year, they're like, best casting, God of War. Best narrator, God of War. Best editor, God of War. Best, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Male
yeah.
actor in a
Everybody's gonna get
lead
everything.
role. Then you know it's going to go to Elden Ring.
This is
If it's
definitely going
like-
to be Christopher Judge.
They-
year.
So does that mean it's
Absolutely.
fucking
Christopher
fake,
I can
bro?
see it for Christopher.
That
Well,
means
you
it's
know, it's-
corrupted. Come
Well,
on,
wait
what
a
is
minute.
that?
Before we,
No,
no,
not
no, no,
really.
no,
Not
no,
really.
no,
Depends.
not really. Because if you stop and think about it, if that's corrupted, then so's the Oscars and so's the Emmys. They
Yeah.
do the same shit.
Yeah.
They do the same shit. When you know a big blockbuster, I'm just picking a guy's name out of Tom Hanks, right? Tom Hanks, Mr. Hollywood himself. You know when he's made a killer movie, but the other movie he wasn't in is swept best actor, best supporting actress, best wardrobe, then you know Tom Hanks movie is going to win at the end and vice versa. That's not saying it's rigged. It's kind of how they like.
Prime example was Castaway. Remember that shit? Remember Castaway?
Yeah.
Wasn't going to win. And there you go.
It is one of those things. So, I mean, listen, either way, you walk out of there. Think about it. If you made God of War, yeah, you're pissed maybe you don't win Game of the Year. But if you walk out of there with 10 other trophies, let's be honest, man. I mean, you did your shit. You did it right.
Best cast, best voice actor, best soundtrack. Because I already know the soundtrack's going to be fucking amazing.
Soundtrack's going to be insane.
Come on,
insane.
Man. That's art direction, narrative. I can see them winning all that shit if the shit goes in their favor. But
I can see that.
That is what it is. Do they need?
It'll be interesting to see for sure. It will be.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
Shout out to Little Dirk's cousin in the chat. Appreciate you, brother.
Yeah, you got it. By the way, let me say that real quick, Blaze. You got an awesome chat, man. Everybody here, that was just amazing, man. The conversation was flowing the whole night. So shout out to everybody in the chat. I appreciate all you guys.
Yo, Mooch, plug your shit, man. And thank you. Listen, Mooch, thank you for coming and thank you for staying.
Absolutely, dude.
I didn't realize what time it was. I really fucking didn't. That's crazy.
But like you said, this is what it is, man. This is good conversation.
Yeah,
this
is
a
conversation. When we talk to Mooch, we talk to Mooch. Like, we legit talk to Mooch.
I'm not joking with you guys, and I should do my homework. I'll actually do this so I can tell you next time. Every time I've appeared on any show, it's going at least like usually 3 hours. I don't shut the fuck up. I really don't. I don't shut up. I keep talking. But no, thank you, Blaze. Honestly, thanks for having me on the show, man. It was amazing conversation. Just everything. Shout out to Strictly too for stopping by. Always great. Honestly, it's an honor to be with Big Cloud. Let me just say that much first and foremost. But you know this, man. I really appreciate everything you always do for me, and I appreciate what you do for the community. So thank you. And Blaze, man, listen, I got to tell you, you giving me a compliment. I told him this before the show went. He's the Italian Simon Cowell, man. When this guy gives you, when he gives you literally a compliment, I got news for you. That's my Game of the Year awards right there. So Blaze, thank you for the compliment.
I appreciate it.
And thanks for letting me be on the show. But yeah, if you guys want to check it out, Crossfire, 7 p.m. Eastern time. It's Mooch TV. Drop the O's for zeros. And guys, it's everywhere. Mooch TV on Twitch, on YouTube, on Twitter. And again, thank you so much. And we will be streaming this weekend. So come on over and check it out. We're going to be doing some more of The Last of Us Part 1 on twitch.tv, buddy. It's great show.
Watch Mooch cry live on stream.
Yo, dude, I'm not going to lie to you. That first scene, and then when I had both of those, I was on Twitch. I tell you, man.
I saw you.
I held it in a little bit. I was like, I was holding it in. I was like,
you actually thought I wasn't lurking. I was seeing like you sub it. You
were watching.
I'm gonna clip the shit out of you. I swear to God,
I know you would.
Why, he cried?
No.
He was getting up there.
I was like, oh man, I'm like, this is a good part. I'm like, this is a good part. I'm like,
fucking test. Yo, you know what's fucked up about the test scene?
Yeah.
Yo, but the test scene, like you hear her last screams as she gets shot. And then, what's crazy, what I did is I went back out the door because the door is wide open now. Once you lock that door, the enemy breaks it through. So I went next to her body and just stood there and watched her. It was crazy, but yeah. But
you're gonna see the bullet holes in her.
Yeah, that shit's crazy, man. But Mooch, again, thank you for fucking coming, brother. You're like, for real, man. Like, great conversations every fucking time I speak. And the thing is, we don't speak so often. So when I finally do speak to you, it's like I feel like we got so much.
We got a shit ton to talk about.
Right.
But I love what you did too, Blaze. Like Blaze didn't just go through weekly topics and stuff. Blaze was like, speaking of that, let me ask you this. That's what I like. I like improv,
bro.
I love that shit, man. So good, bravo to you for.
I'm always improv, bro. I can't go by bulletins, bro. Listen,
No,
Mooch,
don't.
the day Blaze sends you a bulletin board with we're going over this and that, like, just run the show. Let's go.
He'll send you that
Yeah,
next
exactly.
week, fraud. You'll send it to him.
Yeah,
Fuck
send me
you.
one just for that.
Big Cloud, goddamn plug your shit, Big Cloud.
He gonna say fuck you.
Right.
Why you gonna throw me on that? I was just saying. I know you, motherfucker.
Shout out to Big Cloud, sent me $100, bro. Appreciate you, brother.
Man,
Yo, that's awesome,
You
Bill.
know how it'd be. Big Cloud Gaming, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter. Again, like as always, a pleasure talking to Mooch, obviously strictly, but Mooch, I told you before, like Mooch is he good people, man. Always
Thank
has
you,
been.
brother.
Good
Appreciate
people.
that.
And one of those dudes you can talk to about anything. You really can. And glad I can help you as especially and seeing.
Yes,
I mean,
you.
obviously, you don't need the help. I see the shit behind you, you damn millionaire. But but
It's just a wooden shelf.
I'm talking about the shit on the shelf.
Oh, come on. No, wait a minute. We had Strictly on here, right? Blaze, help me out. Strictly
don't count.
Strictly's
Strictly
got
don't count.
crazy amounts of collectibles.
He don't count.
He don't count.
Nah,
That's true. He
I
don't
like
count.
I like Mooch's background. I really mean it. I think it's classy. It's a classy background.
We were talking about before this show, like you guys all. I used a little bit of the RGB lights. That's all Blaze. I mean, I couldn't come on the show and not have something behind me. I couldn't just have a night light. So
I see it.
But I gotta be honest with you.
The logo behind you from Blaze.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, you see it behind him on the right.
Yes, sir.
I see it.
Yes, sir.
But no, it's a good show. I already knew it was gonna be a good show. You got Mooch on here. You got Strictly.
Thank you.
Got my brother Blaze. Happy birthday again to you. I turned 30 on the 30th. You know what I mean? Everybody's getting old in this motherfucker. But, it's RGD Podcast, Fridays, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We didn't even tweet the show last time. We did really, really good. So shout out to everybody who came through. We'll be back, obviously, this Friday as well. And, enjoy your weekend. Enjoy the rest of the fucking week. Y'all be safe. Y'all be blessed. And, see you next one.
Slow-mo, my guy. And guys, listen, this is
Slow-mo.
episode 40. Yeah, slow-mo's great. Yo, this is episode 40. You understand? I have 40 episodes, bro, for me. I'm the most inconsistent YouTuber. And every time I go live, people my videos always do well. I never have like a fucking. So I'm just so grateful that when I'm inconsistent, you guys still rock with me because I'm planning never to be that way again, but I'm gonna stay consistent. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
Episode 40. We'll see you next week. Wednesday, SolidCast, Mooch, Bit, Strictly. Thank you guys. Everybody in the chat that hit that like button, that donated, or just stopped by. I appreciate the fucking shit out of you. Trust me. And we'll see you next week. Peace.
Shout out to Slow-mo. You don't want that smoke in.
Slow-mo, don't listen to him. Slow-mo.
I ain't gonna say
Don't
it. Shout out to Slow-mo.
Shout out to Slow-mo.
Peace.
Peace.